Yeah, so fucking for those who don't know, I be posting YouTube videos and shit. And this is my most recent video. Why the Marvel vs. Capcom collection is a big deal. Originally I didn't plan on doing this, but then I saw kind of how big the reception was. Shout out to everybody who viewed the video and shit. 4.4k, almost 200 likes, type shit kind of fire. 44 comments. Appreciate all the love and shit. I was even doing now I'm saying in real YouTuber fashion, I've been milking my own video, you feel me? I made like 3 shorts. I was supposed to put up another one today, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm tired of shit. I forgot. But yeah. Oh, also shout out to how many subscribers this shit has gotten me. I started at like 150 or something like that. Actually, it might have been even lower than that. It might have been like 140 or something like that, in the 140s or 150s. But this shit almost got me to 200. So I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody who's followed, subscribed, all that shit. And so fucking whatchamacallit, I actually haven't watched my video since it was posted. So fucking whatchamacallit, I kind of want to watch it and see how I feel about it, because usually after watching my videos, I say, damn, this shit is ass. I can't believe y'all like this shit. So let's see if I still feel the same way, and then maybe I could give my thoughts and opinions about certain stuff that I did, and my thought process behind making the video and shit. I don't know. So let me get into this shit. Oh my god, I really gotta hear my own voice. Ugh. Alright, volume up, screen on full. Alright. And it's really 40 minutes. Let's get it, let's go.
Yo, you wanna learn how to do a fucking infinite?
Yo, I even see I see your problem with the video now. I didn't notice that this shit was like this.
Yo, you wanna learn how to do a fucking
I didn't know that the video froze. Granted, it doesn't really matter, but like, I didn't know that the video froze. Shout out to fucking Shadow Play screen recording, being as reliable as ever.
infinite.
Fuck, you're kinda hot. I fucking love you, Xmen.
It's Marvel, baby.
During the latest Nintendo Direct. Okay, so I guess I could talk about this. Fucking, I don't know how to intro videos. I don't know how to. I don't know if I should just start talking or whether I should throw a little funny haha in the beginning and shit like that. And basically, the conclusion I came to was, you know, at the start of every video, I'm probably just gonna throw I'm gonna throw some clip pertaining to the topic at the beginning of the video, preferably something funny or some shit like that. And then fucking whatchamacallit, and then I got my little new intro. Also, shout out Jadakiss.
Marvel, baby.
That's learning that this shit was real was so fire. I got this little new intro I made. I put new in quotation marks because technically I stole this shit from another video I made, but that's neither here nor there. during the latest Nintendo Direct, and then fucking whatchamacallit, I did, and then you know, a little intro with the music. I'm saying that's been my standard for the video going forward. It's probably not gonna change. And whatchamacallit, realistically, I just be choosing music. If I heard the song and I was like, yo, this shit is fire, it's usually just music that I listen to on the regular, or music that you niggas have probably heard in the stream. It's usually the songs I go with. My only thing is just like, I usually want something with like a punchy, a very good instrumental that I can like sing to and shit. But like other than that, like there's no really real criteria. And actually I could talk about this in this video. The Don Toliver Bandit song and the song at the end are the only, like, I'm gonna say like real music that I use. Like, once again, you can't see me, but I'm doing quotation marks, real. So fucking, because everything else was just, no, excuse me, Marvel vs. Capcom music. And I'll get into that like once you get into the section where, you know, the music starts playing. But I wonder if that, I don't know if that has anything to do with how well the video does, because going forward, there's only like a few series I could think of where I'm like, yeah, nah, I gotta use like actual music from the series, and this was one of them, because you know, it's 90s Capcom. Them niggas make bangers. Nintendo decided to partner with Capcom and announce, well, I think it's better if you just peep.
This one's gonna take you for a ride. What the? 7 arcade games featuring Marvel and Capcom characters are fighting their way onto Nintendo Switch as one collection.
Yeah, it's safe to say people are excited. But let's say you've been living under a rock for 28 years and you don't understand why that announcement was so important. Let me catch you up to speed. Shit. Yeah, nah, even still, fucking, actually, I should probably give you background. You know, originally I wasn't gonna make this video. This video was just gonna be, I was in my YouTube Shorts making era that only lasted like 7 days, or short video making era. And then the announcement happened, and I was like, you know what? I should make a short about this, and like, you know, just tell people why this game is actually more important than it actually is. And then as I started writing the short, I started thinking, I was just like, yo, what if I just make this into a video? Like, yo, there's a lot that can be said about why this series is that important. And even now, I feel like I didn't really capture everything I wanted to say or could have said. Like even if you watch the video, you notice that like I've like capped myself at some points where we're like, I feel like I could have gone deeper, and we'll get to those points where I feel like I should mention them. But fucking yeah, this really started off as a short. And I just said, you know what, fuck it, let's just make the whole thing a whole thing. And I'm glad I did, because apparently people like this. So and then I did the smarter play, because then I got to make I can make like 5 shorts out of this one video type shit, you feel me? Work smarter, not harder. Remember that. What's good, Will? So, our story starts back in '96. Before even I was born, Marvel and Capcom were hot, especially after Marvel let Capcom make games like Xmen Children of the Atoms and Marvel Superheroes. Both companies were on top of the world, so they decided to ink up a deal, putting the X-Men, who were arguably at their biggest in the 90s, and Street Fighter, who was popping all throughout the 90s, together in one of the greatest crossovers of its time. And what we got as the end product was type shit. Yeah. I'm looking back on the intro. The intro was cool. That, I think going forward, I'm gonna start doing that more. Like, start adding little I guess image flourishes on the video to keep the reader's attention, because like, granted, it is a 40-minute video, right? And like, some people may watch it when they're eating, or some people may just listen to it and shit like that. But like, the people who actually watch it, I could just I could keep their attention with like little pop-ups and shit. And I put like information that I either wanted to say in the script, or or shit that I was like, oh, I don't got time to say this, or I already recorded the thing, but let me place this here. Or sometimes it's just vital information expanding on something that's already there. Like for instance, well, none of that shit is here. A lot of this shit is just like information shit, and me trying to be funny type shit. Especially after Marvel let Capcom make games like Xmen, Other Atoms, and Marvel Superheroes. Like throw a little Marvel superhero intro and shit like that in there. On top of the world. So they decided to ink up a deal, putting the X-Men, who were arguably at their biggest in the 90s, and Street Fighter, who was popping all throughout the 90s, together in one of the greatest crossovers of his time. And what's called, like, if you notice, like a lot of like, well, not a lot of, but like a lot of people who do like videos of this type of format, you usually have this shit in there so they can, like, you know, turn it into clips later. I've noticed that, and I'm like, yeah, nah, that's smart, you know, work harder, not smarter. But like a lot of those people, they use like swooshing sounds and like basically like a bunch of sound effects, and like to me, I don't mind it when I'm watching it, but like in my video I'm like, nah, I don't like that shit. Like that's too much, like it's just too much noise and shit like that. But it's just like, nah, just listen to my voice and the music and we'll go from there. And then if you watch the video, you'll see the images pop up type shit. Like what's called, I don't want all the swooshing and all the beep 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 noises in my shit. Like, come on now. That's just crazy. Chilling, good video, thank you, I appreciate that. What we got as the end product was damn, the super flashes still hurt my eyes. When me and Gig was playing that, we was like, yo, the super flashes are crazy. The white screen flashes. Probably should have had a black screen or something like that. Or a black tint on it.
This is X-Men versus Street Fighter.
X-Men versus Street Fighter. Okay, here's another thing I want to talk about. I know I'm pausing a lot. I'm probably not going to be pausing that much more. It's just like I'm trying to get my initial thoughts out, because there's a lot of initial thoughts. And I'm probably going to only pause when I need to clarify or, you know, just talk about something interesting in the video. So fucking this part, you know, normally I would like cut to black and then transition with like either music or something like that. But I figured, yo, let's just show the intro of these games, because one, these intros are fire, and the original idea of the video was just to introduce people to Marvel vs. Capcom and why this shit is so cool. And a part of why it's so cool is because of the intros. Like, you, like, as you saw, like there was special art of Ken and Gambit, yeah, like this fight art of Ken and Gambit matching up against each other. That shit, that's so raw. And then you go forward, know what I'm saying, Shinryuken, and then you got Cammy and Rogue. This shit is hard too. Like, it's just, you know what I'm saying, it's some hard stuff, hard art, hard everything. And then you end it off with, like, you know, the picture. Like, if somebody said, yo, sum up the versus game in one image, it's this image. Excuse me. So it's some of the versus game one image, it'd be this image. And then whatchamacallit, I realized that, like, yo, nah, these intros are short enough to where, like, they're not gonna be intrusive, like it's just like it's like a 30-minute 15-minute type thing, and then you get into the section. I've completely forgot about Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and Ultimate MVC 3, and those intros are like 3 minutes or something like that, and I was like, ooh, should I edit this down? Actually, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna stop at this shit. And then whatchamacallit, I hope that fucking, well, no, if you probably watch this the first time, you're probably gonna watch it all the way through. But like, nah, I'm saying, like, me personally, I just would have skipped the intros. But I don't know. I hope people liked it. I didn't see nobody complain about it. But when I was doing that, I was like, I don't know if I, like, me personally as an editor, I was like, I don't know about this one. Like this shit right here might lose some people. So, but back to my annoying voice.
Street Fighter. This is X-Men versus Street Fighter.
X-Men vs. Street Fighter is the start of what we would call the Versus series. And for our first attempt, it was a damn good try. The roster has all the characters you would expect to be here. On the Street Fighter side, we got Ryu, Ken, Chun, Bison, Akuma, Geef, and Dhalsim. The only surprise here is Charlie, but seeing... I'm sorry I'm pausing again, but... We got Ryu, Ken, Chun, Bison, Akuma, Geef, and Dhalsim. I did forget. You know what's funny? When I was recording this, I was like, oh shit, I forgot Cammy's in the game. You gotta say Cammy. And then I recorded. I thought I did say Cammy. I did not say Cammy, but Cammy is in this game too. The art in this game is amazing. Like, oh my god, the early artwork, or just even the art, basically everything before Infinite. Like, everything about these games are so cool. Like, yo, this is literally like my favorite. This is literally like my favorite Ken drawing of like all time. It's so cool. Like, it captures, like, to me, this captures like what Ken is as a character. And then you have Akuma. Akuma looks sick as hell, nigga. He broke the beads. Like, are we? Come on now. That's, yo, that shit is raw. Zangief looks cool. Fucking Chun, Ryu, basically everybody looks great here. But like the Capcom side is good, but the X-Men side is even better. The only surprise here is Charlie, but seeing as all the sprites are from Street Fighter Alpha and God wasn't added until Alpha 3 Console Edition, Charlie makes a lot more sense. And on the X-Men side, we got Cyclops, Gambit, Juggernaut, Magneto, Rogue, Sabretooth, Storm, and Wolverine. And just, man, yo, look at it, it's Pete. It's Pete. Look at Scott. Look at Scott, bro. He looks so cold. And look at my boy Gambit. Ooh, I'm about to make a name for myself here. Fucking Juggernaut. Juggernaut is Juggernaut. This Rogue art is really cool. I think she's probably... It's either between... Actually, it's between these four. Rogue, Magneto, Gambit, and Cyclops. All four of them are like my favorite drawings. Are like some of my favorite drawings, especially because like I didn't realize that they like show like the gray hair and shit through in Magneto's helmet through the art and shit. I'm like, yo, nah, yo, I forget who the artist was, but they was cooking with this art. I was gonna say it was damn, I really did forget their name. Fuck. But yeah, nah, the art in this game is like probably my favorite. It's like my favorite in the whole series. X-Men vs. Street Fighter is just so cool to me, bro. This to me, it's like this MVC1. It's like this and MVC1 are just like the coolest games in the series to me. We're only missing a few characters from Coda, but other than that, the X-Men side is perfect. This would also set the stage for what would be Versus Series staples going forward, like it being a tag game, or it having OTGs, or it having air combos, or in this game as they call it, aerial raves, or having super jumps, and the Magic Series, better known as chain combos, which in my opinion are synonymous with the Versus Series, or more character specific things, like the Shoto's fireballs being
you see that? Yeah, that shit's hard.
or the Shin Hadouken being a Kamehameha. Shit's fire. Games like this didn't come around too often, or at all. At the time, collabs like whatchamacallit, I'm gonna pause that right there because also whatchamacallit, I should have probably included the characters that were cut from Coda, or that were in Coda that didn't make it into this game. I think it's like Psylocke. I think it's like Psylocke and Colossus, and I think there's like one more that I'm forgetting about. But I know Psylocke and Colossus were in Coda and they didn't make the cut to this game. But yeah, nah, this little section right here is something that I added later into the video, because like when I was writing this shit, right, I didn't realize that I should have made this a whole video until I got to like the Marvel 2 part. No, Marvel 1. It was Marvel 1. I got to the end of the Marvel 1 section and I said, damn, yo, this is kind of long. I don't think I could make this into a short. And I was like, you know what, man, F it, let's just make it a whole video. And so whatchamacallit, I never went back and rewrote the X-Men, and I never rewrote X-Men and Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter. I never rewrote those parts. So these parts are like shorter in comparison. I had to go back and add stuff like while I was editing it. And it was, I'm glad I did, because I didn't, because even now I still feel like I could have went more in depth with how cool these games were and shit like that. Like I couldn't really talk about, you know, the competitive scene and stuff like that because it's X-Men versus Street Fighter. This is like a damn Discord fighter, Fightcade fighter. It's still cool. It's still cool as shit. Like right now, if you go search up combos, like you'll see like nigga, there's a bunch of infinite combos. I think like Psylocke and like Wolverine are really good in this game too. Or not Psylocke, I mean Cyclops and Wolverine are like really good in this game. I think they're also good in Marvel superheroes too. But yeah, nah, in this game will probably be like where like, oh, this is where Rogue has like what's called, if you kiss the opponent, like you do a super, you do a command grab, she kisses the opponent and then she steals her powers, and this is how you get the damn, this clip of me what's called, I did the damn Rogue thing on Gig, and then I'm literally doing the Colossus move against him, and then what's called, Gig couldn't figure out what that move was on his kit, and I'm just spamming it over and over again, and I'm just like, no, yo, Rogue, this game when I was playing, I was like, damn, I really messed with Rogue like heavy type stuff, because I messed with her during the cartoons and stuff, but like nah, playing this game made me go like, I think Rogue might be one of my favorite X-Men type shit, and like and then it just makes you realize like, dang, I really want to play as these characters again, bruh. Like I want to play as Gambit and Colossus and Rogue in a fighting game again, which is fire, bro. Fight Ryu and Gambit like this. Alright, so we can get back into this. Games like this didn't come around too often, or at all. At the time, collabs like this were unheard of. You're telling me that I can have Ken and Rogue team up to fight Ryu and Gambit? Like, this is actually the stuff that dreams are made of. Not only is the game itself good, but the arcade mode is dope too. It is your standard little romp, but the final boss is Apocalypse, and he's one of my favorite final bosses in the series. Honestly, I wish they would have made him a real playable character in later games, but at least you got to play as him in the console version. Then, after you beat him, you get to fight the character that you were teamed up with. Yo, the versus screen art is so good. It's so good. It's such a cool concept to me, man. They was really cooking with gas back then. Now, you would think a crossover like this was only a once-in-a-lifetime type thing, right? Oh, how wrong you are. Yo, look at the OTG combo! The beginning. 9 months later, this game is so cool!
Are you ready, true believers?
Okay, before we get into that, like I said, my biggest regret is just not going deeper, because like what's called, I said like Apocalypse is one of my favorite, and like what's it called, I think this is like, these two games are the only ones where I talk about the arcade mode. I didn't get to talk about it in MVC1, or I didn't talk about MVC1 or MVC2 or Marvel 3, and while Apocalypse is one of my favorites, I should have said one of my favorites instead of saying he is my favorite, because like they later on, what would they do in MVC1? It's like not Apocalypse, it's like I forgot what the fusion of Charles and Magneto is called. Oh my god, damn. Oh, I can't remember. Wait, hold on. I gotta search this up. It's actually gonna bug me if I don't remember. Why did he give me that? Oh, I spelled that wrong. Onslaught. Yeah, that's his name. Yo, Onslaught is easily like one of my favorite. It's easily one of my favorite like things in like the X-Men comments. But even still, like, is that because like it should, Apocalypse should have been a whole character. Onslaught deserves to be a final boss, and then Galactus is also really cool. So what's called, I feel like I misspoke there, and I should have clarified that up. But yeah, like that, like I feel like with these beginning sections, I just feel like my biggest regret is I didn't get to, you know, go in depth with how cool these games actually was. and hopefully, if we do get an MVC4, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, we can I can go back and revisit this and actually talk about how cool these games are, and then include like Marvel superheroes and X-Men Children of the Atoms or Coda, because this is only the beginning. 9 months later, they will follow up with,
Are you ready, true believers? Capcom and Marvel have joined forces once again to bring you in Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter. Look, spectacular action.
I love this art intro.
Enjoyment of a lifetime.
I love this announcer too.
Don't miss the most amazing tag team fighting game ever. Are you ready for a new challenge?
Yo.
Now, experience Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter. Welcome to the adventure.
Probably, it's such an underrated intro. Like, this game is so underrated. It's so good, man. Welcome to the adventure. I wanted to use that sound clip. I wanted to use that sound clip at the end, but I couldn't find that shit isolated, and I didn't feel like isolating it myself because I was trying to get the video out like that day, and if I had to isolate it, I probably wouldn't have been able to get it out. But I love the announcer in this game. I love everything about this game, to be honest. It's so cool.
Choose your alter ego.
Yeah, now it's not just X-Men, it's the whole of Marvel, baby. Now we get characters like Captain America, Hulk, and Spider-Man. We do lose all the X-Men not named Cyclops and Wolverine though. On the Capcom side, it's still Avenger theme, a Wolverine theme. We traded Cammy and Charlie for Dan and Sakura. So if you love shotos like me, we're so up right now. This is also the start of them implementing secret characters into the game. On the Marvel side, we have Armored Spider-Man, Mephisto, and US Agent. On the Capcom side, we have Dark Sakura, Mecha Zangief, and Shadow. Oh, this was also something funny. Like, I didn't know that they didn't have a sprite work or artwork for these characters, and I didn't think it was gonna be like artwork. I thought I was gonna be able to find where is it? This. I thought I was gonna be able to find these. But nobody has any of these online anyway. Like, I was really searching for like the full body sprite images and shit, and that's what I was gonna use to represent them. But then nobody had it anywhere, so I was like, oh damn. You know what? I guess I'll just use the sprites. And then what's called? That's how I got to do that, and that's how I get this little cool animation that I end up using later. I end up using again later in the video. Shout out to Sprites, man. Underrated. We need to bring them back. We have Dark Sakura, Mecha Zangief, and Shadow. Oh, hey, it's Charlie. All in all, this is kind of labeled as the black sheep of the Versus series, cause not much has changed from X-Men to this game. Like, it's all here: chains, OTGs, the air combos. The demon is so bad in these Versus games. These early ones. Of assists, which they are not the power that the series will later come to know. But hey, they're here, and that to me was like the biggest surprise because nobody talks about assists in this game. But that's par for the course when it. Pausing once again. This was also supposed to be whatchamacallit. This part of me talking, or not me talking about assists, but me like going in depth, like basically after the assist talk, like me saying, oh damn, what did I say? I already forgot. Like the biggest surprise. This, like when I say like to me this is the biggest surprise. The original script ended like after the last line, where like oh yeah, they're hey but they're here, and then I was gonna transition into the next part. And then once again, I went back, reread the shit, and I was like, "Oh nah, this is a little bit too short. Let me add some more in here." And then I get to talk about Cyber Akuma because one, I thought he was a selectable character, but I don't think he is in the arcade version, which is the shit on the Fightcade. Pausing. Listen, man. If you don't want to hear me pause, you can just go watch the video. This is just me giving my thoughts on my own video. The original video exists. But yeah, whatchamacallit, this is just and I was actually surprised. Yeah, I know. And I'm joking back, nigga. But whatchamacallit, this was supposed to be yeah, it was supposed to be the end of that. it's just like, yo, assists have the usability, because I've seen like, you know, after I finished playing the games with Gig, I went and looked up like actual footage and stuff like that, and assists are like not talked about a lot, but they're here. And like, because like team compositions in this game is still really don't like matter. Most people kind of just choose the characters that you like if you're casual, or the characters that are good if you're playing like for real. And sometimes, and like, it's definitely a benefit if the character that you have has a good assist. Like, I'm pretty sure Akuma has what, he has a damn Tatsu, which is, I think, is like invincible, which is like still a good as fuck. But yeah, to go into depth a little bit more, I'm just like, man, it's just like, man, this game doesn't get talked about a lot, but it's really like a foundational piece in the game, or in the first series as a whole, because it has a lot of stuff in here that, like, you know, becomes like, you know, the things that are defined about versus series, where Xmen versus Street Fighter is like the beginning. It's like the beginning. It's the one that kicks off everything. Like, without this game, we don't get the other games in the series. This game kind of just fleshes out everything, like the assists, like the assist being here and not having an assist character, but having your partner come out and do the assist is actually crazy. There's still no special to super cancel. We don't get that until MVC2. But like, you know, dashing, like this is the other game had dashing, but like, I think wave dashing was like really prevalent here, or at least from what I've seen, people were wave dashing more here than they were in Xmen vs Street Fighter. And yeah, like this game, this game didn't introduce the DHC. That was also Marvel 2, but it's just like, I don't know, it's just like a lot of shit. A lot of this game, like a lot of shit in this game, can really be like, oh yeah, nah, I see the vision, right? And granted, like this is all, I didn't talk about this here, but this is also a game like, it came out like a couple months after, so they really just took the damn Marvel superhero sprites and dumped them into this game, along with taking out some of the X-Men. Because if you look at the roster, hey, they did not make a new sprite for any of these games. They kind of just threw sprites together. But this game is actually they didn't make no new sprites, no do anything. Like I'm pretty sure Shuma was in the other one. Shuma was in Marvel Superheroes. Like, everything in here is just a reuse it, and even the secret characters are reuse sprites and shit like that. Like yo, they made Dark Sakura and Mecha Zangief from this game. Like, yo, they was just doing anything back then. And hey, to be honest, we need more of that in games. We need more of people just doing shit. Charlie, all in all, this is kind of labeled as the black sheep of the Versus series, cause not much has changed from X-Men to this game. Like, it's all here: chains, OTGs, the air combos, the whole nine. Probably the biggest thing added is the introduction of assists. Also, Hulk is so cool. Not the power that the series will later come to. I really like Hulk in this game. They're here, and that to me was like the biggest surprise, because nobody talks about assists in this game. But that's par for the course when it comes to this game, because nobody really talks about it. Like, even the arcade mode is pretty much the same, except the final boss is an Apocalypse this time. It's Cyber Akuma. And yeah, on the surface, it is just Akuma with a robot arm and a robot wing. And while it is sick that when Akuma was added to SF5, they modded in that skin for him. And then Capcom would officially release the Cyber Akuma skin for him too, which is all dope, cause look at him. He's sick as fuck. I forgot about this. I mean, yeah, Cyber Akuma is sick. Like you can tell like this shit was really just fuck it, we need a new final boss to grab the niggas in the arcade and shit like that. It'd be like, oh yo guys, did you hear, or guys, do you know if you get to the end of the arcade mode, like, you don't gotta fight Apocalypse this time, there's a new final boss, it's like Akuma with robot arms and stuff like that. And like, I mean, granted, it worked because, you know, Akuma, he's really cool, he's always been a cool character, and then you throw some damn robot attachments on him, he's swag. But whatchamacallit, I paused it right here because I was just like, yo, I forgot about this one, and two, I remember when I was making this thing, I remember when I was making the thing, like the day I was editing like this part of the video, I had just seen the meme like earlier and stuff like that. The or what is it? I think they're calling it the emote meme or the aura points or whatever the shit is called. I seen that like literally like earlier that day, and then I saw Akuma, and then I saw the Cyber Akuma had official art, which was surprising because you know a lot of the secret characters don't have art. I don't even think Apocalypse has official art. I could be wrong about that one though. But I saw him doing the pose. I said, "Oh hell no! I gotta put this in there." And then what's it called? I was gonna, you know, voice the wait. Is he doing the and then cut to the thing? But I'm not gonna lie to you. It's been hot, like hot as hell. Like during the creation of this video, or not even during the creation of this video, because originally I was supposed to do another video about like it was gonna be like Street Fighter, Tekken, MK, just talking about like it's kind of be like a state of the fighting games. And basically trying to, it's basically going to be like, think of the Marvel video, but on a broader scan, and it's just being Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, and MK1, and just talking about why people should play them. Actually, maybe at the end of this, I might play the little intro that I made for it. But yeah, it's just been so hot. So like recording audio, it's just so annoying because like, when I'm up here in my spot that I record, I just get so sweaty, man. It's hot because I gotta turn off the fans, I gotta turn off the AC, so it doesn't pick up on the mic when I'm recording. And sometimes the recorded section is like 10 minutes or something like that because you know I mess up on a take and I gotta keep doing it, and sometimes I get a right take and I'm like, damn, I don't like the way it sounds, so then I gotta redo the take again. And it's just a whole process, and it's just like, man, I really cannot wait for fall and winter, dog. Because once fall and winter comes, I'm gonna actually be able to like lock in. That's the reason why that's the reason why I'm glad this video is doing the way it's doing. And also, this is probably like the only video you're getting like until like September or something like that. Because one, the next video is really long, and two, it's so fucking hot. Like I gotta wait for like the perfect day to record and shit. This song is so good, by the way. Skin for him. And then Capcom would officially release the Cyber Akuma skin. I hate that this shit is so hard. Because look at him. He's sick as fuck. Banging his head in. That's like Beckham. But at the end of the day, it is just the Akuma sprite with Robo attachments. And some people will say it's lazy, like the rest of this game, which hey, I'm not disagreeing with, but Cyber Akuma is pretty sick. And I think there's a lot of sick stuff in this game to like. Now, if I was able to go to arcades back then, you know, if I existed, I would probably be thinking, man, how does it get better than this? Wait a minute, I just noticed. This is why it's so good watching my videos or forgetting about my videos. Cause I forgot I did this. Why did I put Goku back here? This is not even on my real Twitter. Oh my god. Shut up, my nigga Goku. I forgot I put that nigga back there. And I think there's a lot of sick stuff in this game to like. Now, if I was able to go to arcades back then, you know, if I existed, I would probably be thinking, man, how does it get better than this? But man, Capcom outdid themselves. Cause 6 months later, damn, y'all was just pumping out games back then, huh? Nah, I don't think people realize how short of a time this is. Like, it's like a year and a couple months between Xmen versus Street Fighter. Xmen versus Street Fighter and Marvel 1. Like, it's not that long of a wait. It's actually kind of crazy. But yeah, Xmen. What is it? Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter is probably the one that I like I said, for good reason people don't talk about, because Xmen versus Street Fighter is like the game. It's like, oh yeah, man, this game that starts it all. And then you get Marvel versus Capcom, he's like, oh man, now we get more than just Street Fighter characters. So nobody really cares about the extended cast of just all the Shotos. What is it? It's just all the Shotos and Zangief. It's all the Shotos, Zangief, and Bison, and Dawson. So, like I said, nobody really cares about all that. And then on the Marvel superhero side, yeah, the Marvel side is really cool, but like, most of those guys, actually no, most of those guys don't come back in the next game. Like my nigga Cyclops. But yeah, a lot of, like I said, for good reason. Like nobody really talks about it because it's sandwiched in between the beginning and one of the most influential games. One of the most influential games going forward, because whereas they introduced assists there, this game kind of perfects it in a way, because like MVC 2 is really like where the assist is perfected, but MVC 1 is where they upgrade assists. To be honest, I just wish there wasn't a limit. I just wish it was a cooldown. But we on to the MVC 1 section now. Did themselves, cause 6 months later, damn, y'all was just pumping out games back then, huh?
Capcom presents.
Wait, what?
Versus Capcom.
Peak. The intro's peak. Also, something I didn't notice, you gotta insert 2 coins to play this game. And games like back then was like 25 cents maybe? I'm pretty sure they were 25 cents. So you told me I gotta be 50 cents to play this game? That's kind of crazy.
Marvel versus Capcom. Let's go crazy. Class, select your hero.
Yes,
Banger.
sir. This is where I started at. I still didn't exist yet. We still have access to Marvel as a whole, with some newcomers being Venom and War Machine. We still only have 2 mutants, with Cyclops being replaced by Gambit and Wolverine still being here. And speaking of Logan, he's been around from the start. I sure hope nothing comes in and messes up his perfect attendance record. We'll get to that later. But now, we get access to all of Capcom, and boy do we got some characters here. Now, we only have 3 Street Fighter characters, Chun-Li, Zangief, and Ryu, which we'll get to you later. But other than them 3 returning characters, Capcom is all new this time around. We got Morgan from Darkstalkers, we got Mega Man from Mega Man, we got Jin from Cyberbots, we got Captain Commando, and
My boy.
yo, I was muted this whole time. Oh my god. What was the last thing you heard? I basically should have cleaned up the images in the damn, I should have took the images. Oh, you paused, I didn't hear anything. That's what I thought. Basically what I'm saying is that I should have cleaned up the images. The white border on them, because I got them from the Capcom website where the fighting game collection is. If you go on the website, it has all the artwork for all the characters and shit, and that's where I got it from. I was just saying that, yeah, I should have took this in the images editor and then cleaned it up so it doesn't have the white stuff all around it. But and then I started talking about King Recon. I was like, yeah, nah, I fuck with King Recon heavy. I'm going forward, I'm probably gonna use this nigga in like every one of these videos. I'm gonna use that nigga as much. I'm gonna use it, well, not as much as I can, but I'm gonna use him wherever I can. And then I was just like, yeah, nah, I don't even watch One Piece like that, but like, what? But seeing this nigga talk about One Piece, makes me want to watch One Piece, because like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, it's like when you see somebody eating food and you're like, damn, they be making that food look good as hell. It's basically like that. Like that's how I feel. This nigga be making watching One Piece good as hell. And fucking what's called? One of the funniest ones I seen recently was what's called? They animated, it was like Shanks versus Kids Crew or whatever. They animated it. If the anime finally got to it, and then this nigga's like, yo, guys, you guys gotta find somebody. You guys gotta find somebody who loves you as much as the, what is it? I think he said the One Piece animating team loves Shanks or whatever. And then he posted, and then it's him watching the damn fight, and he's like, yo, it's beautiful, and some shit like that. I was like, nah. Like I said, this nigga be making this shit look fun. But fucking shout out King Recon, man. Like I said, I need a video. I need to blow up, or I need a video to blow up, just so more niggas know who King Recon is. Cause that nigga needs more followers, more everything. I've never seen somebody who I was just like, yo, I think this nigga deserves the world. Like I've never seen a human just so genuinely excited about he's just so genuinely excited about everything he talks about. Seeing people happy really do make you feel happy. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. That's why all y'all niggas hating, all that hate in your heart is not good for you. Y'all need to let that shit go. We got Jin from around. We got Morgan from Darkstalkers. We got Mega Man from Mega Man. We got Jin from Cyberbots. We got Captain Commando and my boy.
Mr. Drip, Rawness, and Slag.
Yo, this is my goal. Nah, Strider's my goal. Strider is my goat. I'm not gonna lie. When I was thinking about this part, I was like, damn, how the fuck should I convey this? And I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna make a damn fucking collage of just Strider art. And then while I'm going through the Strider art, I'm just like, yo, this nigga, yo, we need more people drawing Strider. He's literally like the coolest nigga ever, bruh. Oh my god. I think my favorite piece of art is probably, it's either this one. Yeah, what's good? You see my mouth. It's probably this one, or this one. These pieces are good. This one's like a close fourth. And I like this one a lot because I just have it upside down. This shit's funny. And also you can't see it anymore because I covered it.
Mr.
This one's really cool too.
Drip, Rawness, and Slag.
This game would also continue the tradition of adding secret characters to the roster. On the Capcom side, we have Shadow Lady, who's just Chun-Li, and Lilith, who's a recolor of Morgan, who doesn't really look like Lilith this time around. And on the Marvel side, we will have Gold War Machine, Hyper Venom, or Red Venom as most people call
find a Red
and
Venom
Orange
sprite.
Hulk. This would also be the game where... And also, there wasn't a sprite of Red Venom doing the charge. Of doing the jam charging animation. But fucking whatchamacallit, I really do, I fuck with what I was able to do here. Fucking the little fucking screen clear to get them off. And also, this is fucked up. Hold on, gotta go back. This is fucked up. Why did they not just put more? If they was gonna do Lilith as a hidden character, why did they not just put Lilith sprite in the game? That's very fucked up. I also forgot Roll. I forgot Roll was a secret character. I forgot she was a secret character because she's actually really bad. Side, we will have Gold War Machine, Hyper Venom, or Red Venom as most people call him, and Orange Hulk. This would also be the game where assists would be very important / relevant to the gameplay. I skimmed over during the last game, but assists are a core feature to the MVC.
Colossus is the GOAT.
Instead of having your teammate come in to assist you, you now have the ability to call upon a third character to help you during a fight.
Hold on, wait a minute. How much damage did I
Your
do?
teammate come in to assist you.
That shit
you now
kinda
have
did
the
a lot of
ability to call
damage.
upon a third character to help you during a fight. You have characters including Storm,
Damn!
Rogue, Cyclops, and pretty much all the old mutants on the Marvel side.
He is the GOAT assist.
There are some new faces like Thor and Jubilee.
I'm so mad, bro.
You telling me them niggas at Capcom was like, yeah, whatchamacallit, we're gonna add blah blah woo woo, this, that, and third. All these characters are gonna be assists. And then you telling me that you could have put Jubilee in the game as a real character, but no, you give us War Machine, nigga, like War Machine, like not even Iron Man, War Machine, nigga. That's kind of crazy. Thor I really don't care about, but man, I want to play Jubilee, and yo, her sprite in this game is really cool too. I should probably talk about this too. That's not hard. No, the fuck it's not hard. So what's it called? Originally, I was gonna do the same transition I've been doing. The one with the damn. I bring up the characters. I bring up the artwork of the characters, or what's called I bring up the sprites. I was gonna do that for them, but then once again, I couldn't find all the sprites online. So I just said, fuck. What am I gonna do? Because these guys don't have no artwork and shit like that. And like I really wanted to put something on the screen because I don't know. I just think it looks better. And then I found these. And then now Storm, Rogue, and Colossus are blown up, so they don't look the best. But everybody else looks really good here, at least to me. But fucking what's it called? I like these icons a lot. I really wish I was able to find the sprites though. because then I would have been able to show niggas the Jubilee sprite, the GOAT. Jubilee, but the rest are returning from old games. And on the Capcom side, you got these guys. But there's two that I want to talk about. One being Arthur, who alongside with Thor will later become characters later on in the series, and Saki, who will later become a full-fledged character, but not in the Versus games though. But in another Capcom crossover fighting game, Shorty, yo, this took me like 10 minutes to do. I hate counter hit supers with a passion, especially counter hit level 3s. That being Tatsunoko versus Capcom. And then she also made me build up Tatsunoko versus Capcom to go find footage. We'll talk about that. Also, whatchamacallit, I got a comment on this video and somebody was all like, and basically the comment was like, TVC is a part of the Versus series. And like, in my head, I was gonna respond to it, but then I fell asleep and I just forgot. But I was thinking about it and I was just like, what? Why would you comment that? One, you see the title of the video. We're talking about Marvel vs. Capcom. That was called. I did say Versus series. I did say Versus series. I misspoke. I probably should have said it in the Marvel series to better. But like, come on, you could have used context clues. And then I think the comment I was gonna say was like, TVC is as much as part of the Versus series as was it a CVS as a Capcom versus SNK is, and fucking Capcom cross Bandai Namco cross Sega in that damn Project X Zone shit. But it's just like that, yo. I remember reading that comment. I was just like, yo, is this, yo? I get why we outlawed the use of that of the R word, but man, some of you niggas are really stupid. Like, it's really bad. You niggas can use context clues. But yeah, nah. I think I would like to talk about Tatsunoko vs. Capcom one day. I think this game is probably underrated. I would even learn more about this game though. I know I have like a surface level knowledge. I know that there's an original version that came out in Japan arcades, and then All Stars is where we got what we got. And I think All Stars added like some characters and stuff like that. So technically, it is the definitive version of the game. But I would like to talk about the game. Capcom crossover fighting game, a full-fledged character, but not in the Versus games though. But and yeah, I did say Versus games. I'm just like, yeah, I'm realizing like I should not say Versus games. I should have said in the Marvel series, because technically the Versus series is, you know, SNK, or is technically the Capcom Versus series, where it's like SNK, Marvel, Tatsunoko, and all them other games. So technically that is on me, but like, context clues, my guy. But in another Capcom crossover fighting game, that being Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. We'll talk about that another time. Yeah, but all this is do is attack, strike a pose, and then peace out. Some are obviously stronger than others, but you have to find that out for yourself. This would also be the first Versus game to introduce cross assault. In previous entries, we just had dual team attacks, which is where both characters will come in and do their supers. Final justice!
You
have both characters coming in at the same time, and you get to control both of them. You also have infinite super meter, which allows you to do crazy stuff like this. Man, this game is so sick. Also, game is sick as fuck. Nah, what's it called? When I was looking up, footage, because like I wanted to see like how crazy this game really got. Son, when I saw this combo, nobody knows how hard I popped. I say, yo, this is cool as fuck. Like, yo, this nigga is literally just supering this guy over and over again, and he's using Captain Sword, which is like my favorite super in these Versus games. It's like the coolest shit to me. That's why in Fighters I love Vegeto's I love his Captain Sword. Captain Sword is like the coolest shit. A fucking giant beam that comes down from the sky, or a giant beam that's like as the size of the screen, and you just bring it down on these niggas. That shit is like the coolest shit. But yo, I love Captain Commando in these games. That's another character I want to see back. Capcom got so many cool characters, man. Oh my god, I really hope if there's a Marvel 4, Captain Commando comes back. But yeah, shout out to Mr. Reset. That's that nigga put together a Captain Commando combo video, and that shit is fire. Captain Commando got like infinites and shit too. I don't even think he's that good in this game.
So sick.
Also, remember how I said we were gonna get back to him? Yeah, so this game kind of has the coolest version of Ryu ever created. At first glance, he kind of just does regular Ryu stuff, but everything changes when you do half circle back with one of the punch buttons.
Air combo.
Ryu can switch between Ken and Akuma's movesets, which now makes him the ultimate Shoto. He's like the coolest character in the game. Capcom, you need to do this again. The fact that all that shit does make him the ultimate Shoto. Yeah. Like, I don't understand why this was a one-time thing. Like, if anything, if you're gonna bring Akuma back in all these other versus games, sure, right? But if you're only gonna do Ryu, there's no reason not to do this, right? And like, whatchamacallit, we're not even, like, granted, it is a lot of work for Ryu, just to like change his animations to make sure they match up with Ken's and Akuma's, but like, come on now. Him having Ken and Akuma's movesets is like the coolest thing they've ever done with this character. And like, I think that should be a versus series exclusive, especially if you're not gonna put Ken and Akuma in the game. In Marvel 3 it gets a pass because Akuma's in the game, but I would like a Ken mode because, you know, I like Ken. Ken's my guy. He was the damn Shoto I was playing throughout the damn throughout these games when he was in the game. And also, when I saw earlier in the video I said, this is where I started. Like, this is no exaggeration. This was like the first versus game I played when I was a kid. And when I picked up Ryu, and I was looking at the moveset because I had to pull, because I looked it up on the computer, because niggas didn't have phones back then type shit, or niggas didn't have access to phones like that. I looked at the moveset and shit. Like, I was running back and forth to the computer just looking up the moveset, because I think my cousin had brought over his PS1, I think this game was on. He brought it over, and then I was playing Ryu and shit, and then I did the half circle back input, and I was like, yo, and he's like, yeah, and he's like, oh, you didn't know? Yeah, nah, Ken and Ryu transforms into Ken and Akuma in this game. And then he did the damn he did the Shinryuken. As a kid, that blew my mind. I was like, this is literally the coolest shit I've ever seen. I was tweaking, bruh. That experience is also where I first learned about Strider 2. And I was like, I want to play the ninja. I want to play the ninja, and I want to play Ryu. But I have evolved. Now I want to play Captain Commando in the ninja. Strider's my dog. What's good, pal? All of these games came out within years of each other. It's crazy. But Marvel and Capcom would take the year 99 off, so that yours truly can be. This is not crazy. Marvel and Capcom would take the year 90. This is not a crazy lineup. This is a crazy lineup of games. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all drop Power Stone. Y'all drop Power Stone. Project, what is it? Rival Schools. You drop Third Strike, and you drop fucking Darkstalkers 2, or Vampire Saviors, Vampire Hunter, whatever you want to call it. And then that's just fighting games. And then them niggas drop fucking Resident Evil 3. Technically, this isn't their game. I don't think the Card Flash game is their game. Technically, that's SNK. And they also dropped Dino Crisis. Those niggas was cooking back then. 99 off, so that yours truly can be born. And will come back. Go follow my Twitter with a bang. Not only did they drop Project Justice, Rival Schools 2, Power Stone 2, and Capcom vs SNK, which is another series I need to talk about some other time. With these games alone, the lineup is already looking crazy for the year. But then they also dropped one of the greatest fighting games. No, one of the greatest video games ever made. I don't think it's gonna be that much.
Capcom presents
Ready?
Marvel vs. Capcom 2. New Age of Heroes.
One of the greatest intros of all time. This shit is amazing. I love this shit.
Select your heroes.
When we talk about crossovers, it doesn't
Banger.
get better than this. No, you'll get your video later. Marvel vs. Capcom.
I don't know why I wrote that joke in there.
It doesn't get better than this.
Which probably would have benefited from like a sound effect. Because one, the text is barely readable. You can barely see it. But to be fair, I am right. Besides like Marvel vs. Capcom. Smash Brothers is like the only thing that rivals this shit. Like SNK and Tekken Cross Street Fighter are all cool and stuff, but none of them got the stain that Marvel vs. Capcom and Smash got. And I don't think it's that crazy to say that. Like when you talk about video game crossovers, it's probably gonna be Smash Brothers and then Marvel vs. Capcom right behind it.
No, you'll get your video later. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is a landmark in gaming. Not only did it serve as many people's entryway into fighting games, it also served as their entryway into competitive fighting games, and the FGC as a whole. There's so much stuff to talk about in this game alone that it can have its own video, but let's keep it brief. MVC2 is either the fourth or the second game in the Versus series, depending on how you look at it. And when I say this game is insane,
And whatchamacallit, I put in there depending on how you look at it because whatchamacallit, the intro does say the fourth installment, right? Which, you know, it means that they don't count Coda in Marvel superheroes. But like I said, in the, you know, this is technically like the Marvel or the Capcom or the Marvel or the versus Marvel series. So like I said, it kind of depends, right? You could technically start at Marvel vs. Capcom, or you could start at the damn true beginning. So I just thought I covered both bases. Technically, I call this the fourth game in the series, even though it's called Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And also, also when I was playing this team against Gig, right? I was like, damn, this team is kind of fire. What's called? I like Sansan. I just like the character Sansan. I think she's like mad cool. And you know, if you show me a damn Wukong I will automatically play that character. Like in League of Legends, my brother told me, hey yo, they got a Wukong character. And I was like, oh yeah, nah, I'll tap in. I think Smite has one. Fucking in fucking Ruby, Son Wukong, that character, I like that character's fire. So what's called? If you just show me any person that's like a monkey, is like a monkey or like a monkey person with like a staff or something like that, I'm in there. Also shout out Goku, you know. But fucking whatchamacallit, back to the original point, this team, I don't know, man. This team kind of fire, man. I don't know, man. Like when the collection comes out, I'm definitely gonna learn how to play like, you know, a top tier team. I want to learn how to play Magneto or some shit like that. Magneto, Storm, Cyclops, or whatever. But I don't know. I might have to dick around and find like a little mid tier or low tier team or something like that. I think Gambit, Sansan, and Rogue might be it because apparently, for what I know, Rogue isn't that bad, and Gambit is like mid. I think he's like mid tier, or Gambit isn't that bad either, but he's still like, you know, at the bottom and shit. And then Sansan's only usable because she has an assist, even though I think, like me personally, like she feels the best or whatever. But yeah, nah, I want this game to come. I want the collection to come out just so I can play. Just so I have a reason to go and play, like, you know, I could play like my damn wacky ass team and nobody judge me because, oh yeah, nah, he's probably one of those guys who's just starting with the game. Little do they know, I got swag with this team. It is no exaggeration. I want to go back. I'll talk about all that shit. MVC2 is either the fourth or the second game in the Versus series, depending on how you look at it. And when I say this game is insane, it is no exaggeration. Don't. Classic. Nah, this shit is so wild, bruh. This really the game y'all was hyping up? This shit look like with over 50 characters more than. Nah, yo. I know a little bit about Marvel 2 competitive history because of Yipes and stuff like that. I remember I was watching his stream. I used to watch his stream during like COVID and stuff. And whatchamacallit, he would talk about, like, you know, the Marvel 2 and shit like that, along with playing like Warzone and shit. Those were good streams. But fucking, I remember I'm looking up shit for the video, right? And then I come across the collection because, like, a lot of this footage is kind of hard to find, and even if it's not hard to find, it's in like bad quality, and it's like, and like the videos are like long as shit, so whatchamacallit, the file size to download them are annoying because, like, the player only lets you download a file size that's as many big. That's only a certain amount of space, right? So fucking, I had to download it like through the Evo main stage or the Evo channel where like they had like the greatest hits. And son, the clips in there are like, you know, some of the greatest clips. But like, yo, this spiral clip here, I forgot that this was a thing. This is a block infinite. Like, so what's called? You either take the hits and you fucking combo, you get comboed and you die, or whatchamacallit, you block spiral one time and you die. Cause it's a block infinite. It's a block infinite that takes no meter. So it's literally like, yo, don't get hit by spiral, dog. This game is so fucked. And whatchamacallit, Duck, yo, I'm pretty sure Duck is like the only person that plays that team too. That shit is wild. Also, shout out to damn Sanford Kelly, Hyper Viper Beam. Yo, Cable is so cool. He's probably like another character I'm gonna probably learn when the damn MVC2 collection comes out. This character is sick. I'm trying to do these Hyper Viper Beam loops. This shit is fire. And then you got this bullshit. Like, yo, this shit, yo, it literally goes on for like 30 seconds, dog. It's kind of crazy. Because whatchamacallit, he does it to Magneto, and then Storm comes in, and then he does it to Storm too. I feel so bad. I'm sad this happened on Yipes. I'm sad this happened to Yipes. But that shit is crazy. Definitely should have put somewhere on the screen that this is a block infinite. This really the game y'all was hyping up? This shit look like with over 50 characters, more than doubling the roster spot of the previous. And also, yo, this game looks so good, bro. Roster at that time. And to make use of this large roster, instead of controlling 2 characters and an assist, you got to use 3. Wait, and to make doubling the roster spot of the previous game, it was. This shit look like with over 50 characters, more than doubling the roster spot of the. Fucking the assists in the game are crazy, or not the assists. With the assists in the game, there I think it's like 40 characters if you include the assists, like 44 something like that. But if we're just talking about base roster to base roster, Marvel vs. Capcom was like the largest fighting. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was like the largest fighting game roster for like a long time, and like it only got eclipsed by like KOF and stuff. And it also depends on what you count as a fighting game, because if you want to count them Ninja Storm games, technically those games do eclipse it too. And what's called Smash also eclipses it because that has like 80 something characters now. But at the time it was one of the biggest. Like I remember it didn't get eclipsed until like what, maybe like KOF or something like that. Maybe like KOF 14 or something like that. Because KOF 14 has a large ass roster. But yeah, nah. This roster's big as fuck. And it's crazy how you only see like it's crazy how you only see like the same like what, 8-9 characters or something like that.
previous game, it was the largest fighting game roster at that time. And to make use of this,
Yo, look at my
roster,
Sansan,
instead of
yo.
controlling 2 characters and an assist, you got to use 3 characters. And that was groundbreaking.
That is the GOAT team. That's the team I want to play.
K-Wef existed and you got to play with 3 characters there too. It was still a 1v1 game. So Capcom actually ended up creating the 3v3 tag format.
Yo, this is why I wish I could talk about the damn.
But they
Yo, that
didn't get rid of
assist is
assists.
fire.
Now
If that
instead
shit
of
was
one
faster, that
assist,
shit would be
you have
fire.
2 assists to call upon. And not only that, every character has 3 different assists for you to choose from, leading to endless possibilities. So in theory, you can use whatever characters you want, cause with 3 assists to choose from, every character should work with every character. This is also where we would get DHC or
I put every character should work with every character. Like, no, nigga. I mean, in theory, it could, right? But like, if you ever played a versus game, you know how the synergy shit goes. People find the broken stuff and then they stick with the broken stuff for I don't know how long. So fucking. But like I said, in theory, it could work. Because fucking Gambit with these 2 anti-air assists kind of go crazy. And then fucking and then Sansan and Rogue with Gambit assists kind of go crazy. So.
or delayed hyper combo, and getting special to super cancels for the first time in the series, which truly
This combo
brings
connects,
everything
but I
together.
missed it. I'm so
And there's
sad.
so much more I could dive into, like the fact that most of the characters in the game are unlockables, keeping with the secret character tradition, or the fact that you could play 3v3 with 3 of the same character, effectively playing a 3v3 with only 1 character. And don't even get me started on the crazy competitive history of this game.
Oh, he's so Pringles. Where your curly mustache at?
Listen, to truly explain to you how great Marvel 2
I
is
forgot
as a
I put that
video
in
game,
there.
I'll be here longer than I'm allowed to make this video for. So, let's move on.
If Gig is here, I'm so sorry. I'm not gonna lie. What was it? I think the day that shit happened. I started editing the video again. I started editing the video, and then I ended up going back and changing the original line. So fucking I mentioned
Where
Gig,
your curly mustache at?
Listen,
or not
truly
mention Gig, but
explain
mention
how great
this.
Marvel 2 is as a video game. I'll be here longer than I'm allowed to make this video for.
I did still miss a deadline. My bad, Gig. My bad, gang. But your sacrifice was worth it. It was not in vain, my boy. But fucking. Actually. But yeah, nah. What? I paused it to say something. What did I pause it to say?
Or the fact that you could play 3v3 with 3 of the same character.
Oh. Yeah, nah, it's this. Fucking the assist. Yo, I didn't know this for like a long time. Like I didn't know that the roster you had to go like this was even in the arcade. You had to go and unlock all the characters and stuff like that. This is what I believe is the starting roster of the game, which is kind of crazy. Fucking the starting roster is kind of insane. We got Tronbon, like you got Ruby Heart, Sansan, and Amingo, which is like an official team. Like that, like these are technically the main characters of Marvel vs. Capcom 2, because Marvel vs. Capcom 2 does have a story. And then you got Ryu, Zangief, you got all these Street Fighter characters, and then the Darkstalker characters being NA characters is very funny. And then you got Hayato, which I forgot. When I was a kid, I was like, yo, this character is so cool. And that was a character my brother played. When his team was like Hayato, Jin, and like Gambit or something. And then like my team was like Ken, Strider. Was it Mega Man? No, it wasn't no Mega Man. I forgot. I think I used Wolverine or something like that. It was one of those characters. But fucking the Capcom side is crazy. This starting roster is probably like the craziest one, but like it's like one of my favorites. But yeah, I didn't know that all the characters were like unlockable for like a minute. I didn't know that. But also, yeah, my bad, Gig. My bad.
I'll be here longer than I'm allowed to make this video for. So let's move on.
my favorite theme.
So, with the timeline we set up so far, you probably think the next game gonna be out in like 2, maybe 3 years, right? Try 11, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So during the early 2000s, fighting games kind of went through a dark era. But there's a lot to go over, so instead, I'll just give you the important bits and how it relates to Marvel vs. Capcom. With arcades effectively becoming obsolete in the US due to the rise of console gaming, and with Capcom sales being down, I mean like way down, especially after the release of Third Strike, they didn't see fighting games as a profitable market anymore. So after the release of Capcom Fighting Evolution, Capcom decided not to make a new fighting game until 2009, which was the release of Street Fighter 4. Now with Capcom's business practices,
Let me stop messing with this.
we can finally talk about the ports of MVC2 and MVC1, with the latter being released in Marvel Origins for the Xbox 360 and PS3. Now these releases are important for a number of reasons. Like, this is the first time that these games are playable since the PS2 and PS1 respectively. And it helped people like me who played these games on said consoles when they were younger, but had no way of playing them now. It also helped get new people into the series. People like me, cause the Xbox 360 version was the first way I got to experience this game. But the biggest reason, and this one mainly goes for the MVC2 re-release, was to drum up hype and interest for their next game, which was
Capcom presents.
Okay. Yeah, MVC2 section it's a section that, once again, I still wish I could have gone into depth, like with the competitive history. But once again, like I said, the mission statement of the video was just to put out, it was basically just to spread awareness. It was basically give niggas like a general overview on what this game is and why this game is fire. And like, I feel like I accomplished that, but I feel like I also could have gone deeper into it too. Like I kind of gave a very, I just keep saying that I could have gone deeper. That's basically what I feel like. I could have, like I was right there, and I could have gave it more. Like if I like took like, you know, an extra week like in the writing process, I could have gave it a little bit more and shit like that. Because originally I wanted to get this video out before Evo, because I thought they was gonna shadow drop it at Evo. And now since they didn't shadow drop it at Evo, I wish I like gave it more. I gave it like a little bit more time to cook, and then me to actually like go back and actually just like, you know, sit there and like really like express why this game is that good. And also, whatchamacallit, I was also concerned about the time, because I didn't want this to go over an hour, right? I was trying to keep it so it didn't go over an hour, or the time limit, or like the video limit was like an hour or some shit like that. So fucking I made cuts in places that I deemed necessary, like talking about the competitive history. Like, I don't think I need to talk about, you know, how Justin was the GOAT of the game, and how Justin was the GOAT of the game, and how like Marvel was at like, what is it, 8 Evos or something like that. Marvel was at 8 Evos, and whatchamacallit, 8 of them Evos Marvel was at. Justin won like 4 of them, or 5 of them, because there's only like 4. Yeah, what's called? There's 4 winners in Marvel history, in Marvel 2 history for Evo, and Justin Wong is the one of them. And Justin Wong has won like 4 or 5 of them. Like, I felt like I didn't need to go into depth with that, but now that I'm looking back on it, I feel like I probably should, because it would have gave like more credence as to why people fuck with the game, or people fuck with the series and shit like that. And it's just like, I feel like it's a missed opportunity, which is why, you know, wink wink nudge nudge, Marvel 4, I could spin the block. This section is long, but I feel like it's only long because of the fucking intro. This is like I said, it's like a 3-minute intro. We gonna watch the whole thing though.
Marvel Comics.
I'm still messing around with this damn fidget toy. because like yo, if I'm re-editing this video, right, I keep it, I basically just keep the Ryu fight and the Wolverine fight as the intro. I basically skip past all the damn Chris and Deadpool and Dante shit. Yeah, like, yeah, what's called? I just skip past all this. Because while this shit is cool, like, don't get me wrong, this shit is dope fire. Like, when I tell you, when I saw this for the first time, when the trailer dropped, this shit altered my brain chemistry. But it didn't alter it enough. Because I definitely could have been a damn Marvel, I definitely could have been an FGC 09er. Because what's called, if this game had stuck, I definitely could have been a Marvel vs. Capcom 3 player. Like, yo, this fight scene right here is literally like the coolest shit ever to me, bruh. That's why I spammed it so much in this video. Deadpool, watch out! No! This game was actually my first introduction to Deadpool. Without this game, I probably wouldn't know who Deadpool was until like the damn Ryan Reynolds film. Actually, no, that's not true. I remember I seen him in Death Battle. But yeah, no, I would have cut out all this and then I would just kept it to the damn Ryu and Wolverine fight. Bob. Dog, this intro is so freaking sick, man. Legit my favorite shit.
Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Fate of Two Worlds.
My favorite header. My favorite subtext. Oh my god, this menu! This menu is so goated, bro.
Normal. Marvel vs. Capcom 3. That's
right.
The third chapter. The superheroes
Heroes are all here.
Who will rise to the top?
Marvel vs. Capcom.
Nah, bruh. Oh my god, I love this game. It's so cool. Fucking yeah, nah, this shit is mad nostalgic for me, just because whatchamacallit, I didn't play Ultimate Marvel 3. I didn't buy that game. So MVC 3, like OG MVC 3 was the game that I bought, or the game that I played and grew up playing. Like what's called? I'm not even gonna lie. I think I learned about it, and then my brother was like, "Oh nah, we're not buying that. We're not gonna buy that shit because whatchamacallit? I think Xmen. I think what is it? Tekken Cross Street Fighter's coming out, and we was like, nah, we're gonna play that game. We're gonna buy that game and shit like that. And whatchamacallit? We don't need it. It's just more characters and shit like that. And whatchamacallit? I didn't know who the new characters was until like a couple years later. I was like, oh, Strider's in the game. And then whatchamacallit, like, I think this game was only at like 1 Evo, and then it got replaced by Ultimate Marvel 3. No, it was at an Evo. I'm pretty sure it was at an Evo. But yeah, it got replaced by Ultimate Marvel. So in my brain, I'm just like, oh yeah, no, Strider was there the entire time. Yo, it's kind of crazy how how Ultimate Marvel 3 like basically like improves the roster so much. But fucking, yo, looking at this screen is so nostalgic for me. Because I remember my fucking original team in this game was fucking, it was Chris, Dante, and Deadpool. Those were I remember when they, for the lead up to the game, the lead up to release for the game, me and my brother were talking about, what's called, me and my brother and my cousins, we were talking about, yo, what character are you gonna play in this game? And I'll lock that in from the first trailer. Like the first trailer, I was like, this is my team. I'm playing Chris because because I fuck with Resident Evil heavy. I'm playing Dante because I fuck with Devil May Cry, and I was like, yo, that's the character with my name. And then I'm playing Deadpool because it's Deadpool. Deadpool was sick because that was when the time, like around the time like when he was like really starting to blow up type shit. And then my brother, who I fought a lot, his team was Dr. Doom, Super Skull, and X-23, and these were the characters. Yo, that shit was funny. Looking back, I think my team is better than his team, low key. Because let's go. We both have a top tier. I got Dante, he has Doom, and then Chris is all right. Like my Chris goes with his X-23, and then Deadpool. I think Skrull is better than Deadpool, but I think my team worked better than his. Capcom 3 is a game that some would widely consider one of, if not the best fighting games of all time. And I get it. With this roster, while not as big as MVC2 and missing some notable inclusions, like a lot of the Xmen, in particular Cyclops, especially since he's been in every game and he was the guy that was dabbing a Ryu in X-Men vs Street Fighter, it still has some great picks on the Marvel side. Some of the newcomers include Deadpool, She-Hulk, Taskmaster, and X-23. I thought She-Hulk was a Ultimate Marvel 3 edition. Did not know that she was in the base game. And in the footage that's coming up, apparently people played her a lot. Like she was like one of the better characters in this game. I didn't know that. Like I know little to nothing about original Marvel 3 like competitive history, just because Ultimate is a game that everybody plays and it's the game that's been out the longest. So everybody knows about Spencer, Nova, Virgil, of course. Everybody knows about them. So fucking finding out that people were playing what's her face, She-Hulk competitively is crazy. And also Tronbon, I think, but I'm pretty sure that's only one nigga that was playing Tronbon like that. Some of the newcomers include Deadpool, She-Hulk, Taskmaster, and X-23. I paused it because I wanted to talk about fucking, this game is crazy because these are all the returning X-Men, and then they added Phoenix, Phoenix, Jean Grey, and then X-23. And like what's called, that's another thing I wish I could have talked about, was like the development of like some of these games, because what's called, this is around the time when the MCU was starting to like pop off, right? So what's called, they have to work with Disney and shit, and then you realize that like Disney wanted the Marvel side to just be like, MCU characters that they're using in their upcoming films and characters that are out now. So they didn't want like Storm and Sentinel and Magneto in the game. They had to fight for like a lot of these characters. In particular, Cyclops, especially since he's been in every game and he was the guy that was dabbing a Ryu in X-Men vs Street Fighter. It's still they had to fight for a bunch of these characters, and then learning that if they had more development time, there probably would have been like a Fantastic Four character, which is crazy because none of the main Fantastic Four characters that have ever been in a versus game, like that's wild. Like I would like Johnny Storm in the game. Johnny Storm would have been fired. Put Johnny Storm and Ken in the game. I play that team. Still has some great picks on the Marvel side. Some of the newcomers include Deadpool, She-Hulk, Taskmaster, and X-23. And on the Capcom side, it's nothing but bangers. We got Amaterasu, Wesker, Beautiful Joe, Zero, and
My boy, Mr. Drip, Rawness, and Swag.
Okay, no, this image is crazy.
Should also be
Mr. Drip, rawness, and swag.
this is easily one of my favorite Dante images. Now, granted, you're probably noticing a trend. Why is it only why is it only MC3? DMC. Oh my god, I'm tweaking. Why is it only DMC3 Dante? Well, on the website that I was on, shout out Fighting Generations, this is all the art that they had of him. It was only MVC3. I mean, it's only DMC3. And DMC3 is probably the best, or not the best, it's the damn jumping off point for the series. Because while 1 is good and 2 is unplayable, 3 is the shit that put that game on the map. And also it's young Dante. This shot, yo, this thing is so goated, bruh. This image right here is like my favorite, dog. Shit is so cool, dog.
Swag.
This would also be the game.
Mr. Drip, rawness, and swag.
This would also be the game where they changed up controls again. In MVC2, you had a light punch, a heavy punch, a light kick, and a heavy kick. And you had your 2 assists, which overall made it a 6-button fighter. But going into Marvel 3, they switched it up. Now you only have a light, medium, and a heavy button. You also have a special button, which is used for launchers and sometimes special moves, and you'll still have the 2 assists. So, it's still technically a 6-button fighter. It's crazy how these versus games can't decide on a unified control scheme, because even going back to MVC1, that was a 6-button fighter. You had light, medium, and heavy punches, and light, medium, and heavy kicks. But the light, medium, heavy special control scheme makes more sense when you realize that the developers of MVC3, aiding, are also the same guys who worked on TVC, which came out a couple months before this game. But the biggest change that was made coming into this game was the introduction of X Factor, which is... I feel like I should have talked about the control scheme more, because that shit is a very big issue. I should have talked about it in Marvel 2, because going from fucking MVC3 or going from Marvel 1 to Marvel 2 feels so weird, especially with the damn 6-button layout. Like, it feels very fucked up. And whatchamacallit, I get it. I definitely get why people wasn't fucking with Marvel 2 at the beginning. Because it's just like, man, where is my extra button? I need my extra button. This shit don't work right. But fucking, yeah, we'll talk about X Factor after this clip, because this is a funny clip.
Here we go.
Bang, 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 bang. Alright, so technically, this is a Dark Phoenix, which, if you don't know what Dark Phoenix happens like if you die with 5. Phoenix, I think she has to be the last one on your. No, I'm lying. She doesn't have to be the last one on your team. If you die with 5 bars with Phoenix, she will spend all of your bars and comes back as Dark Phoenix. And then this form is literally like I think is like the most busted character in the game, or at least in vanilla Marvel 3, it's like the most busted character in the game. And technically this is more of a showcase of why Dark Phoenix is broken, but because this comeback would happen with or without X Factor, just because she's that broken. But X Factor does make her even better. Like, she goes from S tier to S plus, or she goes from S plus to S plus plus. Which is crazy, because, like, look, you're not blocking that. That nigga was blocking. You can't block forever against this, dog. Because you don't get an opening. Charging star.
Dark Phoenix OCV.
This character is fucked up.
Look at the chat, killed me with one combo. Every character. I had 3 characters. Look at the chat. Look at the chat. They're blowing up. What the?
Divisive, to say the least. It was a product of when fighting games was giving all their games comeback mechanics, and unfortunately they made it a little bit too strong.
Because on one hand, it made characters that were just okay really good as anchor characters, but at the same time, it made characters who were already good even better. So while the game had its faults, it was loved and celebrated because that and that is true. Like X Factor is I think X Factor is a cool mechanic in theory. Because granted, yeah, this is definitely the beginning of the comeback mechanic. I just think it was too overtuned. Like if you take away the damage, it's probably if you nerf the damage a little bit, it's probably better. There's probably more balance and shit like that. Because this literally turns into a one-touch game when somebody pops an X Factor. And because the shit is and now even now, like the shit is so optimized that characters are killing you without even the need for X Factor. So X Factor just makes the game even easier. This shit is very funny. Chat room, this game is very volatile. I can't believe this is considered one of the greatest fighting games of all time. MVC was back, and the future was looking bright. Maybe it was a little too bright though, cause only 8 months after the original release of MVC 3, we would get
Capcom presents
Marvel Comics. A little yo, I gotta preface this. I've never seen this opening before. Like, I did not know this game had a different opening from Marvel 3, from base Marvel 3 to Ultimate Marvel 3. I didn't know that. And seeing this for the first time, this shit is cool, right? Because you got like cool imagery, like Hagar and Hulk squaring off, Ryu and Nova. You got some cool stuff in here. Dante versus Ghost Rider. That shit's hard. Look at my boy. Oh, look at his pose. This shit is hard. But like, I like MVC. I like the OG MVC 3 theme opening better. Morgan versus Doctor Strange. That's cool. I like the OG opening way more. Spider-Man versus Strider. Oh my god. This shit is raw. This one I like this one a lot because it's very funny. Nigga is riding on the objection. This one's kind of fucked because like, yo, this one is fucked because if you look at it from this angle, right, you might think, yo, is that Blade? And you're like, no way. And then it's Wesker, and I'm like, man, what the fuck? Also, I don't like this. It should have been Virgil versus Phoenix. Cool opening. Probably like my least favorite though, if I'm being honest.
Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Now, while this game did fix a lot of the problems with the OG MVC 3 and added the DLC, okay. When I was watching this back, when I was watching the video back, I did notice this. I don't know how or why or what happened, but the sound fucked up on this part in particular. Like there's no, because like right here it's supposed to be the Nova theme that's supposed to be playing. The Nova theme is supposed to be playing in this section when I'm talking about Ultimate MVC 3. But I don't know what happened. It's supposed to be the Nova theme. So like I was gonna go back and redo it, but it was the video dropped Sunday, so like damn, I gotta put it out. I can't not put it out. and like it was like Sunday 9 o'clock because the first render mess up. The first render was already fucked. Like I rendered it the first time and I was gonna put it out, and then I realized, oh, none of the music tracks are rendered. Like it was basically like how this section is, but for the entire video. Like none of the audio was playing, so I had to re-render it. And for some reason this part is just fucked up now. So I was just like, you know what, fuck it, we'll just put it out. But yeah, nah, this part just has me talking and no shit. It's very weird. From that game, those being Jill and Shumagorath, and added a bunch of characters like Nova, Iron Fist, Doctor Strange, Phoenix Wright, and my boy Strider. Oh yeah, and this part still made it through. My family crushes my teeth and I'm dead. And it can't be understated how the public perception of this game really soured the brand at this time. Cause while DLC was a thing at the time, a lot of companies weren't on board with the idea yet, especially Japanese companies. So instead of selling us all the characters as DLC, or selling us a paid update like they would later do with Street Fighter Arcade Edition, they decided to make a whole new game with the patches and the new characters like we was back in the 90s. And the people were not happy. Now, Capcom was selling the game at a lower price, but people who bought the OG MVC3 felt like they was getting robbed. Cause 8 months ago, they just dropped like $50-$60 on a new game, and now they're being asked to buy an update for $40. And you couldn't blame people at the time if they decided, you know what, I'm not gonna buy this update, cause they're just gonna update it again, and I'll buy that one. And it showed, cause the game only did 600K in its first 2 months. So even with the public loss, it wasn't all bad though. With the FGC still rallying behind the game, and with dev support, ooh, yeah, that shit was crazy. I couldn't find the exact article, but I do remember reading when I was jit. That fucking that there was no that fucking Marvel or Capcom was not gonna update MVC3 anymore or some shit like that, and that shit sucked. And it's kind of funny that we got into a similar situation with this shit. A similar situation with MVCI, but at least they got to finish all the DLC, and they did get to update the game at least once, fixing like, you know, the insanely broken stuff like Dante in that game is actually like broken, and like he's still very good, but he's not as broken as he was before, because before that character literally did everything. He was literally Virgil. He was literally the Virgil of that game. But yeah, nah, MVC3 is a really cool game, but it just sucks that what happened to it, right? Like instead of selling it as an update, y'all sold it as a brand new game, which I assume they learned from, because you only had to buy Street Fighter once, or you only had to buy you only had to buy Super Street Fighter. I don't think if you have original Street Fighter 4, you can update to Super Street Fighter. So you had to buy Super Street Fighter 4. So you go from Super Street Fighter 4, and then from Super Street Fighter 4, that's a tongue twister, you can update to Arcade Edition and then Ultra. So I'm sure they learned from damn MVC3 that, you know what, maybe we shouldn't do this anymore. It just sucks that Marvel had to be the learning lesson, or the stepping stone to learn that lesson. Ooh, yeah, nah, it might actually be cooked this time. Yeah, so Capcom would no longer be supporting the game. And not only that, MVC3, MVC2, I'm really listening back and hear myself playing with this fidget tool off the Xbox and PlayStation stores. At this point, it seems like it was more over than yeah, no, this shit broke my heart as legit. And then it broke my heart even more because later on, like what, 2015? Nah, actually, no. I don't think it was 2015. Whenever GTA came out, I think it was like 2013. Actually, no. It was 2014. It was a little bit after GTA come out. Or GTA 5 came out. They ended up banning my brother's account. And my brother's account on Xbox 360 was where we bought these games at. Not Ultimate Marvel 3, we had that on disc. But that's where we bought MVC2 at. And we couldn't fucking, like, when they banned it, we couldn't make a new account and get it back. And we tried to appeal the account and shit, and then them niggas never answered us back. Yo, I was heartbroken. I was like, damn, we can't play MVC2 no more. It's over, nigga. That shit hurt my heart, bro. I'll still never forgive Xbox for that.
Xbox and PlayStation stores. At this point, it seems like it was more over than it ever.
And I'll never forgive him for that because he got banned. He got banned for nothing. We still don't know why he got banned. They just put a ban on his account.
What was before. But the FGC was holding this game down. But that's a story not for this video. With each year that went by, it looked bleaker and bleaker. The hope for a new Marvel vs. Capcom game was looking grim. But with more and more fighting games starting to come out like MKX, Tekken 7, and Street Fighter 5, and the MCU blowing up like the way that it did, it was only a matter of time before Capcom and Marvel would link up again. And in 2017, after 6 years, Marvel vs. Capcom was back.
Now this is the only game in the series that doesn't have an intro. So I used the damn reveal trailer for it, which sucks. Now the MVC3 part, while it is a bit long because of those damn intros, I feel like it's probably, actually no, it's the damn second best part, because I think the MVCI part is probably the best part. It's probably the best part of this whole shit. Like the MVCI part is probably like my favorite part to make, or was my favorite part to make during this shit. But I feel like I got everything that I wanted to say out. Like, I at this point in the script, I had basically, or at this point in the editing process, I was just like, yeah, nah, I'm not gonna go back and talk about the damn competitive history, because I don't want it to be about, them. I wanted to keep it like as broad as possible without getting too deep into the shit, because like I said, if I start talking about Marvel 2 and Marvel 3, the history of that game, especially in terms of tournaments, this video is easily like an hour 30, maybe even like 2 hours. So I had to compromise, and I feel like I got basically most of the big points that I wanted to out. Now we get to this game. The trailer's still cool, man. I like the trailer. Although I will say the signs are literally there. Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? Like what's called Iron Man and Mega Man X makes sense, right? Like, Iron Man and Mega Man X makes sense. And then you have Ryu, and you're like, okay, it's gonna be Cyclops, right? Hell, it's gonna be Wolverine, right? What do you mean Captain Marvel? Like, what? And like, I guess you can say, oh, they were just trying to show off new characters, right? Then why not, like, y'all couldn't go with a different new character? I don't know. But like optimism, like I had optimism, so I thought you know, maybe the X-Men is just gonna be in it, and they just wanted to show off, you know, MCU characters, Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, yeah. Boy, were we wrong. Time zone. Mink. I don't know why they just didn't make this the intro of the game.
Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is the latest game in the Marvel vs. Capcom series, and it's the best in the series.
This game
it got
like,
praised
this
from
game
every
looks
media
ugly,
outlet. All the vets of the series loved it. Every pro player played it as their main game. Everybody loved MVCI. Wait. Hold on, folks. What? You said MVCI wasn't praised by the media? And you said pro players and casuals hated?
That's jackass always a weasel.
The most embarrassing thing you've ever seen?
That's jackassism.
And now it's worse because I'm repeating everything you say into the microphone?
Alright, I'm gonna keep
I
it
forgot
a
about
separate
that gag.
I like MVCI.
I forgot about that gag too. And another tidbit when I was editing this video, I thought about whatchamacallit. I thought about just using Marvel 3 music again, because like this is like the only game where I had to go through and listen to the soundtrack to see which one I want to use in the video. And then I realized, you know, the Marvel side isn't really that bad. The Marvel music, or not the Marvel music, the Capcom music isn't really that bad. The Capcom music is, you know, it's pretty good actually. It's the fucking Marvel side. Because the Marvel side has, while the themes you can say are good, or not even good, they're like passable. Some of them might be good. They're only good in a vacuum. Like, if this is your first time hearing the music of Marvel vs. Capcom, you're probably all like, oh, you know, these themes sound like they fit the character, which some of them do, or most of them do, but they sound like generic MCU music. Especially that verses, especially the damn loading screen, because that was the theme that I played right before, or this is the theme that I'm using before I transition. I think I didn't transition yet, but whatchamacallit, if you hear, yeah, it's good in a vacuum, but if you hear the other themes like Marvel 2, or not Marvel 2, Marvel 1, Xmen versus all them other shits, you'll realize that, yo, these themes are ass. They're not good. And like, I'm not gonna lie, I like the Capcom side music, I do, I really do. But man, that Marvel music is good. Like, yo, the Marvel side produced some of the best songs in the entire series. Like, yo, there's a reason why niggas love Nova's theme, Cap's theme, Hulk's theme, fucking Spider-Man. Like, yo, people love these themes. Wolverine has a good one. I like Cyclops is good too. Son, bruh. Oh my god. I'm even thinking about it now, I'm so getting mad.
Yeah, but I'm in the minority when it comes to that opinion. And I can't blame people for feeling that way either. Cause when you look at the way Capcom marketed this game, they kinda did it to themselves. So, let's go over the 3 core issues of MVCI and why the game failed the way it did. So, remember the problem back in MVC3 where basically most of the X-Men were cut, barring 5 of them? Yeah, so MVCI got rid of all of them. But it's okay, cause we're cut, barring.
I said 5, I meant 6. I should have put an asterisk and put 6 because what's called, in my head I was counting basically everybody except Sentinel, because I forget Sentinel is an X-Men character because he's a fucking robot designed to kill the X-Men. I just forget that he's an X-Men character. I really do.
Barring 5 of them? Yeah, so MVCI got rid of all of them. But it's okay, because we got characters like Captain Marvel and Black Widow, Ultron, Winter Soldier, anybody? Yeah, you get the point.
So like, okay, so don't get me wrong, right? I think some of those characters are really cool. Winter Soldier especially. Winter Soldier's like one of my favorite characters in this game. But you can't lie and say, like, when you look at the characters that we got in comparison to the characters that we lost, or could have had, it's really like, damn, this shit is ass. Like, what do you like? You telling me we ain't got no Storm, but we got Black Widow? You telling me we ain't got no fucking, we ain't got no Psylocke, but we got Captain Marvel? Like, we ain't got no Magneto, we got Ultron? Like, what do we do? What do we say in here? And this is why I just like, man, I really, fuck, man, I really just wish the X-Men were in the game. Because a lot of, like, I say it later, but a lot of people don't overlook these issues. They really would have if the X-Men was in the game. If the game looked better, and if the X-Men was in it. If you have one of those things, people will play the game. Or people would not have shit on the game as hard, right? Because if the game looks good, you could just say, oh, they'll add X-Men later on down the line. Because they literally acquired Fox. They literally acquired Marvel, like the Disney studio, acquired Fox or the rights or the X-Men rights or whatever later on, I think that year, if not a couple months ago. And then even still, they had the rights to them in the video game. It was just that Marvel wanted to promote the MCU. So whatchamacallit, they couldn't use the X-Men characters like they wanted to. So, like I said, if this game just looked better, or they just were able to do what people wanted them to do, it would have been fine. Most of the roster on the Marvel side was made up of MCU characters. There were a few exceptions, but the exclusion of X-Men characters really rubbed a lot of people. There were a few exceptions, and this technically isn't even true, because technically Ghost Rider is in the MCU, because I believe that TV show is canon. I think. Like in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., there is a Ghost Rider character, and he does appear in that. He doesn't appear in the movies, but if that TV show is canon, then technically Ghost Rider doesn't count. Like, the only two characters that don't appear in the MCU, or that aren't in the MCU at the time of this game releasing, were Nova and Venom. And like I said, technically Venom still isn't in it. And like Eddie Brock's Venom from the Sonyverse was in it, but like technically not. And then I don't even think Nova's in Guardians. I don't think Nova has been mentioned at all. He might have been mentioned in the Guardians movie, but I never seen those movies, so I wouldn't know. But the exclusion of X-Men characters really rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And it didn't help when they were asked about the X-Men, and they said that, and I quote, they're just functions. One of the worst quotes of all time. To this video, you'll know that the X-Men are the reason why this crossover even started in the first place. So their exclusion in MVCI made it feel like for a lot of people, this wasn't Marvel. So the Marvel side wasn't doing too hot. But what about the Capcom side? Yep, my goats are here. Ryu and Chun, check. Zeo Morgan, check. Hagar, Spencer, Arthur, Frank West? Wait a minute, this is just the Marvel 3 roster again. Yo, don't even get me started. This pisses me off to no end. Cause what do you mean there's an imbalance in the roster spots? But yeah, no. They basically they shortened the roster, and then they just took all the, I don't want to say they took all the models, but that's basically what they did. They shortened the roster, and then they just took a bunch of the characters from MVC. Like, I'm gonna go over and talk about the new characters, but all these characters are returning from Marvel 3. And it's kinda crazy. They're returning from Marvel 3, and they all look uglier. Which isn't a bad thing, because a lot of these characters are beloved because of that game. And it's not like we didn't get any new characters either. We got the return of Mega Man to the Versus series after being absent from 3. We also got Sigma, so that's all of Mega Man X represented. We also got Jetty here, which makes him the first male Darkstalkers character in a 3D fighting game. Which is crazy.
Don't worry, I'll just trap you. I'll tear you apart!
Absolute power! Worship and not!
Going full power! Big mistake! This is your end! Quest complete. Now let's return to camp.
That it? Peak Gaming? Peak Gaming, bro!
Yeah, so I forgot about that part, man. But But whatchamacallit, I was originally, right, I didn't plan on using the Monster Hunter trailer. I was gonna make like a stupid little fan cam for Monster Hunter, and I thought it was gonna be a funny bit. But whatchamacallit, I was running out of time, and I didn't have the footage to make the little goofy shit. So I just said fuck it, and I just said fuck it, and I just used the Monster Hunter trailer. Now, realistically, what I should have done was I should have done the damn King. I should have used the King Recon video again, but I didn't know where to find pictures of Monster Hunter, specifically that picture. Like all the pictures I use are official art of the character, and like I don't think there's that much official art of that specific Monster Hunter. So I just said fuck it. We'll just use the damn AMV shit. Or we'll just use the trailer shit. Side got bangers. I kind of forgot to add something, so this is more like a issue 1.5. A lot of people weren't happy with the gameplay, and not necessarily the gameplay itself, because when you play the game is actually... Yeah, look at my swag. It's one of the better Capcom developed fighting games. Which is true. A lot of people didn't like the fact that it was a 2v2 fighting game. Like, a lot of people were used to the MVC2 and MVC3 style of it being a 3v3 fighting game. It also didn't have assists either. Like, you kind of got these stones, or you got the Infinity Stones, and those were like to be your assist / your third character, and a lot of people really wasn't messing with it like that. Me personally, I think they're fine. It's whatever. I'm mad this combo dropped, but yeah, so that's technically another reason. But like, a lot of people have come around to, you know, MVCI is actually a really fun game. So it was kind of an issue in the beginning. You're supposed to do more and then damage. As time went on, a lot of people kind of, you know, they were like, oh, you know what? Yeah, we was kind of wrong with that. No, make him do the combos outside the training room. I was trying, bro. Me and Gig only played the game once. Or me and Gig, well, no, we played it twice, but we played it once when he bought it because it was on sale, and we played it again to get footage for the game. And like I said, if I could have, I would have. I was trying to. I really was, because I learned those combos. I was like, I bet I'm about to hit Gig with some crazy shit. But then I just couldn't. Like, yo, I you know what's funny? I booted it up like literally earlier that day because this was like the only game we had left to play. Because it took us like. Yeah, it took us like 3 days. No, not 3 days, 2 days. Because we played all of the damn OG games. Actually, I should have talked about this in the Marvel 3 section. Because the Marvel 3 section is tournament footage. But yeah, it took us like 1 day to play every game up to Marvel 2. And then I went back and got more Marvel 1 footage. Because I felt like we needed a little bit more, which we really didn't. And then we played Infinite like the next day. And then for what's wrong, I just couldn't land. I couldn't land the training mode combos. I landed some shit though. I was like, damn, I'm kind of nasty. It almost made me want to go into a Discord and play the game. But this also ties into like the Marvel 3 thing, where we didn't play Marvel 3. It's not because we didn't have the game. It was that, which I go over later. Marvel 3's online not good. Y'all know it's not good. That shit is ass. And me and Gig have technically never played a game on Parsec connecting to each other. We always connected to Guardy. When we used to have the damn Parsec, the Parsec game nights or whatever. We would both just connect to Guardy's computer. So fucking he was our connecting point or whatever. So what's called, we didn't know how good the damn connection was gonna be from me to Gig and shit, especially on Parsec. So I just said fuck it. Let's just not play it. Realistically, I could have probably played it with Vassar, but I didn't know where he was or what he was doing. So I just said fuck it. I'll just use tournament footage for the whole shit. I just said fucking use tournament footage for the whole bitch. And also, that nigga said I use tournament footage. That nigga Gig watched the video and said I use tournament footage for whatchamacallit from this Evo. This was from last year's Evo, dog. This is when Evo was on the main stage. This was what was it, 2023. 2024, well, Evo was, or it was there at Evo, but it was a side tournament. Fucking, this was the damn year of the Dittos. Fucking Jabril and Evasion and shit. Just let them rock. That's what I did. I let it rock. I let it rock because it was funny. But fucking whatchamacallit, I tried, bro. I tried to learn these combos. But look at it, yo. I'm not going, like, and this is what I mean, like, yo, this game is sick, brother. Get the pickup. Strider, knock him down. Go back down, get another combo. Level 1. Bop. And then I could have got even more. But I don't know. But like I said, this was just me off the cuff. Boop. That shit is hard. And then the other Venom combo is like one of my favorite. Meat. Don't stop that. That's just not in the game no more. Venom is so cool in this game. The Venom Spike, bro. Shinku Hadouken into Venom's level 3. One of the coolest level 3s in this game. Weird Venom. Yeah, no, this game looks like... Yeah, there's videos on ways to make the game look a little bit better. You see, look, I'm hitting it. There's no graphics of the game. And during the lead up to release, Chun-Li was the main character. You can't see it, but looked awful. And when you look at it, do not put it back in.
Everything depends on you two, on the Soul Stone and the device.
Look at how ugly they look.
If you fail,
it's an awesome responsibility.
Hey, we're awesome guys.
Yeah. Nice.
My God, we're doomed.
That shit is not.
Pete Gaming?
Yeah, you can see it.
Pete
My
Gaming.
boy Dante doesn't look the hottest here either.
He
and
look
there's a bunch of other characters to rag on. My goat, look, yo, look at what they did to my goat.
My God, we're doomed.
Pete Gaming?
Yeah, you can see it.
Pete
My
Gaming.
boy Dante. Look at what they did to my goat, bruh. He looked crazy. You look crazy. You're acting crazy. Your clothes is crazy. You look crazy, dog. Doesn't look the hottest here either. And there's a bunch of other characters to rag on too. Like Cap and Tony look. Ugh. And don't even get me started on Spencer. And Ghost Rider's pen. Yo, when I tell you that this is the ugliest character in all of Marvel vs. Capcom, and don't even get me started on. Like we're talking uglier than MODOK. Like, yo, what did they do to him? Spencer. Like, yo, compared to how he looks in MVC3, he looks crazy. Like, yo, this game looks fucked up, bro. That's the best way I can describe it. This shit looks fucked up. And Ghost Rider's penance there is just...
Finish you. I am vengeance incarnate. The engine of hell.
The engine of hell.
Fury.
It's not all terrible though, cause they got some good looking stuff in here. Like Gamora and Captain Marvel are easily the best looking characters in the game. And personally to me, Venom looks so damn cool in this game. And now every character in the game gets a level 3, which wasn't the case in MVC3, and some of them are really good.
Let's go. Stay down.
These level 3s are fire. They can't tell me they're not.
I won't surrender.
Yo, nah, this Spider-Man level 3 is like the coolest shit, bro.
I want to take that hit, Norman. He's gone.
I will show you true despair. Now beat your ass.
Is Rocket in this? Yeah, he was in MVC3.
Miserably well.
Clench your teeth. Let's go.
The best super in the game. Justice.
You've done enough.
Yeah. Fire.
Goats. What do you say, bro? Like, yo, this is peak. This is peak. There's nothing that can be done here that can be improved on. This is peak.
Earlier,
This is
I
peak.
did say that there was no way to fix the look of the base game, but I lied. Yeah, I know I gotta keep it 99. There's a mod being worked on by the GOAT, Maximilian dude, called Does the super change if Cap ain't there? Yeah. Nah, you have to run Bucky and Cap on the same team. Because if he's not there, he has a different super. That's why I fuck with that super so hard. That's why it's the best super in the game. Because you have to have Cap there. It's like Ryu. Ryu has, if Ryu's below like 20% and you do his level 3, his shit is different. He like fights back the urge of of evil Ryu. And then he awakens the power of nothingness and he does the damn shit in Shoryuken. This shit is fire. Like I said, there's some cool shit in this game, bruh. It just sucks that it's ugly as sin. I wish this game was an ugly Chad. There's a mod being worked on by the GOAT, Maximilian dude, called Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and Beyond.
A shout out to them.
This thing looks amazing. Personally, I can't wait to get my hands on it. The only problem is
it looks so
cool. PC, you're kind of out of luck. To be honest, I feel like a lot of these things could have got looked past, especially by the competitive folks. If this was the only versus game out on the market,
You see, look at my combo.
Because Capcom's
Bob.
really the only people that make versus games.
I probably could have done level 3, but I wanted to kill both of them.
That I'm not talking about. And if you were around
That's just
during that
hard.
time, you know what it is. But for those who wasn't, nah. But could you imagine though? Yeah. Fuck me, man. I'm just kidding. Nah, fucking. I put this. What's it called? I put this here as a joke, but fucking, it actually is crazy that at the time Infinite came out, there were 2 other versus style games that came out. Both of them looked better, and you could argue about which ones play better, but I just think it's crazy that after MVC 3, I think the only like team versus style game was like technically like Second Tag 2. Ooh, excuse me. What is it? Second Tag 2 or I guess technically whatchamacallit counts. Tekken Cross Street Fighter. But after that, there was like no versus games or no like tag games or no nothing for like a very long time. And then when Infinite is like gearing up to come out, that's when like literally like everybody comes onto the scene. You have them Blaze Blue with its crossover, and then you have the next team that we're about to talk about coming with its crossover fighter. Dragon Ball FighterZ was probably one of the most popular games for a couple years when it released. With amazing graphics by Arc System Works, the creators of the Guilty Gear series, and with amazing music and gameplay with it being a 3v3 tag assist based fighter, meant that it was exactly what people were looking for to fill that Marvel-sized hole in their heart. It also didn't help that during the week of MVCI's launch, Dragon Ball had a beta, so everybody had a chance to play it. Also, the launch of Dragon Ball was 4 months later, so MVCI was kinda dead on arrival. The timing of Infinite couldn't have been worse. Now, this is something I feel like I could have gone in depth a little bit more, but I feel like in terms of summing it up, I hit the nail on the head. Like, basically everything I said. MVC3 or Infinite wasn't what people were looking for in terms of Marvel. No Xmen, game is ugly, and so people didn't even give it the time of day to even try the gameplay of it. And then from what people seen, and then when Dragon Ball came out, and niggas was all like, "Oh, Dragon Ball is just Marvel," like, and then you know how shit works. Once one person, or once like it's an agreed upon thing, like, yo, Dragon Ball is going to be better than Infinite. If if you are, you know, an enjoyer of Infinite, niggas just gonna look at you as like, oh, this guy's all meat. Yo, this guy's dick riding type shit. And that's what happened to Max. Like Max was over here trying to tell people like, yo, nah, this game's actually kind of good. The game kind of plays fire. And people was like, yo, why you want meat? Just go play Dragon Ball. Like this shit is very funny. And so yeah, nah, people wrote it off instantly. Like, yeah, nah, why are we gonna play this? Dragon Ball's around the corner. And then, you know, Dragon Ball lived up to the hype. But the downfall of Dragon Ball is something for a whole different time. And fucking somebody else has already made the video. Shout out to Tyrant. That nigga made a video detailing the entire rise and fall of Dragon Ball. At least in terms of competitiveness. So what? Was that it? MVC fans were left with a game that most people hated, and those who had an itch to play a Marvel 3 style versus game played Dragon Ball? Well, yeah. That's how the story almost ended. But as I hope you've all learned from this video, Marvel may stumble, it may even fall, but Marvel will never die. Yeah, like the little echo and reverb. I try to get into my lower register. I was trying to get into my bag. I was trying to get deep with it, you feel me? I still think it sounds like shit, but I do fuck with it. I put a little reverb on it. That shit was fire. I fuck with that. I put a reverb and an echo on it. I'm just realizing I didn't put a title for this one. I fucked up. During 2020, when we were all locked inside board. Hold on, that sync kind of went crazy. That sync was kind of hard. During 2020, when we were all locked inside board, a bunch of people got the idea to start playing Marvel 3 again. But the thing is, Marvel 3's online isn't the best. So, how did they do it? With a little app called Parsec. Hold on, Pass Rave. You got a little too much dip on your chip, partner. You're probably wondering how people got to play Marvel 3 again if it got delisted in 2013 and never released on the PC. Well, back in 2017, Marvel and Capcom linked up again for Infinite, and since Marvel had the rights to Capcom again, they decided to re-release UMVC 3 on modern consoles and PC. I'm not gonna lie, I like doing that little time stop, or the little VCH pause, or VHS pause, into the little fucking, what is it? I think it's called like TV static or TV filmer, blur or whatever. I like doing that effect for whenever I forget something. Cause I'm not gonna lie, I do be forgetting. I do be forgetting when I'm writing, and then I fucking go back and write it in. Because technically, technically it fits, like, with the story I'm telling, it fits in right here perfectly. And, like, I wouldn't change where it is, right? But, like, realistically, I probably could have mentioned that. But whatchamacallit, I think, once again, I just like using this effect. I think it's very cool. Marvel had the rights to Capcom again, they decided to re-release UMVC 3 on modern consoles and PC. The Parsec era was instrumental in reviving Marvel 3, cause now people had a viable way to play Marvel again with good netcode. Well, it's better than the in-game netcode. It's no rollback, but it's better than nothing. Everybody was able to run online weeklies and monthlies. It was great. Everybody was enjoying Marvel again. Then, during 2021, the GOAT Max would step in and launch the #FreeMVC2 campaign, and this thing would blow up and get in the eyes of everybody on Twitter. It was like #1 trending in the world. What is this on my screen? Twitter, even having celebrities like Michael B. Jordan wanted. Okay, no. When I was looking for this, I thought about putting the image of him getting interviewed, because I remember it was like a red, I think it was like either a sit down interview or they was like on a carpet or some shit like that. And for some reason it got brought up. Or maybe he brought it up himself. I don't remember the exact context, but I do remember seeing Michael B. Jordan talk about this shit. But I thought about using the thing. I thought about using the video, but I just said fuck it. Let me go just grab an image for it. It's gonna be easier to edit in. Why is he making this face? I have no idea where this face is from. I was like, yo, this is crazy. I gotta use it. because they had a look, because they had a more professional looking one, but nah, this shit is, I like this shit. This shit's very funny.
To see MVC
This nigga Michael Jordan,
and then,
Michael B. Jordan a
when it
freak.
seemed like the MVC2 campaign had died, the people didn't lose hope. They went back to Marvel 3 and they started modding it, adding playable characters. The community basically said, if Capcom isn't going to give us,
I still
a new
need to
game,
play
we'll
palette
make
swaps.
one on our own. And thus, Marvel 3 palette swaps was born. And for those who don't know about palette swaps, seriously, go look it up. It's one of the coolest things in the Marvel community right now. One of the biggest highlights for me is that they finally put Asura in a versus game, and the hype train didn't stop there. Marvel 3 at the main stage of EVO in 2023. It was the biggest fighting game tournament for the game, and
once again, where did he get this year EVO? It says 2023.
first one in 6 years. The love and the passion that this community has for its series is commendable. The only ones that could rival it is like Smash Brothers, cause even when the developers turned their backs on them and everybody said it wasn't possible, the community just put their heads down and kept grinding and showing people why Marvel is the best. And it's that dedication, that love for the game, that makes this moment all the more amazing.
This one's gonna take you for a ride.
Nah, like I said, this part, yo, seeing this at the trailer, I'm not gonna lie, I popped off crazy style. I wasn't on no max type shit, but I was like, damn, I can't believe it. This shit it's real. This shit is real.
Seven arcade games featuring Marvel and Capcom characters.
Like, yo, I saw Mario Party next. I just didn't care. I was like, yo,
Clash and Xmen.
Nigga, Xmen.
Duke it out in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, New Age of Heroes. Take down the Kingpin in the beat-em-up side-scroller The Punisher, and more. Hit up training mode to polish your fighting skills and combos. Select online mode to challenge rivals around the world. Or play co-op in The Punisher. You can also cross over to the museum to view artwork or listen to music from each game.
I wanna take you for a ride.
Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection
Classic.
Arcade Classics launches on Nintendo Switch this year.
Fucking how?
Another reverb echo situation. Make it dramatic. Okay, so once again, a little editor behind the scene note. So at first, right, during this section, I was going to like during the specific trailer section, right? Once again, I'm doing this like this is like the Sunday the video's about it, or this is the Sunday before I dropped the video. Or not the Sunday. Well, yeah, it is. I dropped it on Sunday, but I meant like I'm doing this on Sunday. Like I'm doing like the last, like this last part took me like what, like a couple hours or something like that, because you know I had to get all the footage and stuff. And then while I'm doing it, this is actually the last thing I did. Right, this revival of Marvel, the MVC revival, was literally like the last part of the video that I done, because I did the conclusion before I did the revival. And what's called, I was gonna add like a bunch of reactions from a bunch of different content creators and shit, but like all the reaction videos were like so hard to find. Or not even hard to find, they were just hard to fucking get, because the videos were kind of long and shit. And like I could have screen recorded it, but my screen recorder was like messing up. So I just said fuck it. I already had the max reaction from earlier. I'll just stick with this. But like I did wanna illustrate that there was more people even excited. Like there, like you can go look it up. Like there's a compilation for the MVC2 collection and people getting hyped for the shit. And like that's kind of what I wanted to pull from. But like I said, I kind of just didn't have the time, because like I said, I wanted to get the video out that Sunday. I wanted to get it out on that Sunday. So I didn't have, you know, the time to do the shit, because technically I was already a week over schedule. So I wasn't trying to go 2 weeks over. But yeah, nah, this shit means something to me, man, and it means something to a lot of other people. This Marvel collection, this shit means something to me, man. Amazing.
This one's gonna take you for a ride. Capcom beat 'em up side scroll. Select.
I can't wait to use training mode though. I want to use training mode.
Or play co-op in the Punisher.
Also, I'm so glad this shit is not locked to the Switch.
To the museum to view artwork.
That this shit's gonna be on PC and PlayStation.
Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics launches on Nintendo Switch this year.
Fucking how?
Marvel vs. Capcom is amazing.
Banger.
There will never be another series quite.
Okay. I mean, I should probably wait until the thing is over. But I guess I could just say, yo, shout out to Omar. That nigga, those last albums that he released, those last 2 albums that he put out are really good. I really fuck with them. But they also allow me to do shit at the end of my videos like this without having to get copyrighted. And I really hope it stays like that. Thank you. Thank you, Omar. Thank you, Omar Shofu. WDFA. But yeah, nah, I'll go over like this part of the video at the end once it's like over, because I'm not gonna lie to you, this is like my favorite. Whenever I make videos, I'm gonna keep it a beam with you. I think about writing the script, right? The first thing I think about is I think about the idea, and then I think about the idea and what I want to say, and then I'm writing the script. But once I get to the editing phase, a lot of the shit I really don't care about. I just think about, you know, funny little skits I want to put in, and then just making sure the video just looks entertaining, right? But the end part is what I really care about, because for those of you who don't know, I was an editor. You know, hold on, we can pull it up right here on the side real quick, because I'm pretty sure I didn't. Even if I did, oh shit. No, there's fucking hidden shit on there. How do I fucking? Actually, I'd have to fucking pull it up. Hold on. Black screen. Gonna log into my other account. So that way it's just the fucking. Actually, wait, is it? Oh wait, let me go back. Switching accounts. Okay, no, wait, I lied. It is just my public shit. Alright, shit back up. Yeah. So, aside from like these three videos, I can't click on none of these because all they have copyrighted. I can click on this one, but this one doesn't count. But yeah, I have a background in editing, mostly Smash editing. I've dabbled here and there with other games, but fucking basically once I get to the editing phase, this is all all these videos are just poised for you to for me to get you to watch AMVs of video games that I like. They're all just poised for you to get you to watch my AMV/edits. Like, I would play this one, but it's probably gonna get copyrighted, especially since I want to go up on YouTube. But fucking yeah, so like I don't go as hard as I could, like on this one. I fucking love this effect. The ow, that was loud. I didn't mean for that to be loud. But fucking yeah, I don't go as hard as I could. And even this one is pretty tame too. This was like, I made this like in like 30 minutes in After Effects. Yeah. What else is there? Technically there's this one. I don't really have things on my channel now that I think about it. It's kind of in my playlist. Making sure you can't see, making sure my playlists are only public. No, there are private playlists on here. What is this one? Which one is better? I think it's this one. Shout out to Avalon. That's me. I made that. Editing by me. But fucking yeah. Basically the only reason, or not the only reason why, but when I get to the editing phase, I basically think like, yo, I can't wait to edit this AMV and get people to watch it. And whatchamacallit, I'm gonna be real. It wasn't my first thought to put those things at the end of the video. I did think I wanted to put something like that at the end of the video, but I was like, you know, people are probably just gonna either click off the video or it's not gonna be well received or some shit like that. And then it stopped me for like a minute, especially when I was making the Deathloop video. I thought about not even putting that shit at the end of it, and I'm glad I did, because it makes me I fuck with doing that shit. I love that transition. Actually, wait, I could play this one technically, cause this has fucking Persona music. Hold on, I gotta go back. Ooh, the sync. Ooh, bop, bop. Oh damn. Do I low-key want to get back into it? I don't know. I might have to hit up my man's. Actually, I think I did. And I never touched back with him. All I'm saying is that you might get one more video from me. You might get one more of these edits from me. Ooh. Shout out my nigga Star. Yeah. But yeah. Like I said, this is all a ploy just to get you to watch. Yeah, just to get you to watch an AMV. And I'm not gonna lie, the thing that actually like pushed me to actually like that actually pushed me to do the shit was this video. If I can find it. Here it is.
And you didn't think I'd make it.
I really hope this shit doesn't get copyrighted. Shout out my nigga Toomey Victory. Was fucking, when did this shit come out? Damn, this is really 2021. Damn. I'm really getting old. Fucking whatchamacallit. I seen this video. I seen this video by chance. I don't know. I don't even know what made me click on this video, because I don't know what the Weekenders are. Like, I've never heard of this cartoon series. But I think that was just my era of where I was just watching anything that was like a long form shit. I was just watching anything long form. And like, if he did put out like a video that was on shit that I watched, I probably would have watched it, right? And then I don't know why, like I said, I don't know why I watched it. I don't know what the Weekenders are, but I watched it and I was entertained. Especially because one, this was like okay, so this is right after I made like technically like my first video. Let me pull back up my channel. Oh, it's good, Kami-sama. But fucking this is technically like my first video. Like, or this what I would categorize as like my first video, which was me doing a damn reaction to, like, you know, Sora getting in this mask and playing them like my day one, you know, the day one highlights is me and my mate playing Sora for the first time. and this was like my first video, and I was like, you know what, I had a lot of fun making this video, like playing the game and making the video. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, let me just do let me do something like that for with a real game. And it also ties into the fact that whatchamacallit, at the time, right, I was doing everybody, I don't know why, but everybody like in the circle was doing like media threads at the time, and it's kind of funny that Kami showed up because I know Kami be doing his, and I'd be paying attention to his. But the first person I saw really start doing it was Tux, and Tux was doing like a media thread on Twitter and shit. And then I think I was watching a Jump Sunday or whatever, and he was all like, whatchamacallit, I'm not gonna lie to you, I do a media, he said something along the lines of, I do a media thread, I like doing the media thread, but if I could, I'd probably make all these everything I watch into a video, but I just don't have time to do it. And then when he said that, I was like, you know what, that's what I'm gonna do instead. Then fuck it, I'm gonna do it. And that's how the Deathloop video came to be. But the Deathloop video took that. Okay, so when did this come out? When did I officially drop this? 9 months ago. My God. Fucking was it November 1st? Fire idea. It is a fire idea. Like I said, I didn't think of that. Like I said, I try, I don't know if I mask it well enough, but I am an amalgamation of ideas that I am an amalgamation of ideas. Whatever I assume and I think is cool, I just do it. That's really all I do. Like fucking, I feel like I wear my influences on my sleeve. Damn, this came out in November. Yeah, no, this shit was supposed to come out February of 2022. Is when I wanted this to come out. But like I said, this took there was a whole lot of shit. There's a whole lot of shit that happened between that video and the start of the video, the start of me conceptualizing the video and it actually coming out. But I'm happy I got it out. But fucking tangent aside, shout out to Tux. This video was like the thing that pushed me because one, this shout out to Tumorific Tariq. He was like, I'm not gonna lie, he was the way I best way to describe it, he was a nigga making videos about nerdy shit, but he was still black while doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't like, covering or he wasn't like not being himself, right? He wasn't like trying to like appeal to like a wider audience. Like he's just a nigga making videos type shit. Which is the energy I fuck with.
Never changed that. This is Doug Langdale. He's responsible for creating this show. About when he lets it.
That on my goat. But fucking, I seen this. I think it's right here, right? I hope this shit don't get copyrighted.
You didn't ask what we wanted, Tino.
That's a fire idea. Congratulations on the video. By the way, John doing numbers. I appreciate that. I really do. But what was it? Yeah.
Like, I don't know what you guys want. We spend nearly every weekend together since first grade. We are synchronized. So whenever
I thought this shit was so cool. I don't know why, but it like clicked in my brain. I was like, what if I do this, but for video games? and then that's literally when it all clicked. Because a little bit after this video, because it came out in September. I wanted my video to come out like November 2022. And I just thought this shit was like the coolest shit.
robots? Yeah, why is that?
And this song is also fire too. It also helped that this nigga was playing songs that I knew at the time too. Whenever you're ready.
3, 2, 1, 0.
But fucking now y'all know the reason why I do what I do at the end of my videos. That side tangent aside, we're at the end of the video, so I'll just let me talk. Just the thought of a company like the American run it back. Shout out Omar. Capcom is amazing. There will never be another series quite like it. Just the thought of a company like the American-based comic studio Marvel. It is a good song. I thought about using the other song that's in the other two videos, but I think this one fits better. Responsible for characters like Ryu, Strider, and Dante to make one of the greatest video game crossovers of all time. Just sounds insane. And if there was 14,605,000 different universes when Marvel vs. Capcom didn't happen, I'm glad I ended up in this. Also, I chose that number specifically so people, because what you call it, it is a MCU reference. It is what Iron Man, no, not Iron Man. It's what Doctor Strange says to Iron Man when there was all like, yo, how many universes, or Tony, I peered into like a bunch of universes, and he said that exact number, and then he was like, yo, how many did we win? He said 1. And you know, we are in the one timeline where this shit actually happened, because there's no way this shit should actually be possible. There's no way that this shit should actually exist. To me, it's on like the same level as fucking Kingdom Hearts. It doesn't make sense. In 605 different universes when Marvel vs. Capcom didn't happen, I'm glad I ended up in this one.
Open them doors without touching it. Day one's when we step through that shit and we shut in the air.
If it don't work the first time, it's back to the basics.
I cannot settle for less. I ain't being complacent. I'ma come up again. All it took was some patience. If it ain't worth the first time, it's back to the pavement. Capcom I'll talk to you niggas. How work it? I get to you later. They talking out of my labor. We left the scene like Jason. I had to tell them my government. Remember the moment like nigga, I made it.
Nigga, we made it, yeah.
It's Marvel, baby.
I fucking love that Jada Kiss clip, man. It's Marvel, baby. But yeah, that's the video. Yeah, nah, I chose that song because, you know, it was the fucking, because what's called, I could have went with the shit that I used in Kenna and the other two videos, and I think it would have fit. I would have think it would have fit there too, right? But I think I like the way that song sounds. It's very more triumphant, right? I feel like it fits better with the theme of the video. It feels like, yeah, nah, we just got like we just did some shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we put our heads down and grinded, and the shit finally paid off, type shit. Or at least that's what the vibe I was trying to give off.
So instead, tell me what you thought about it down below.
And like, I could have used this, and I think it would have fit the vibe too. But fucking, I think I chose the right song, at least to me. And this song is still good too.
Even now, it's hard to forgive myself.
I love this part right here. So fucking yes, like, I'm gonna keep saying it. Y'all niggas were forced to watch my Marvel vs. Capcom AMV. And I don't think there's gonna be a video where I don't do this, to be honest. Like going forward, hell, I may even up this shit. I might even start getting crazy with this shit. Because like I said, my passion at the end of the day, or not my passion, but I really do love editing. Like, editing is the shit that I really enjoy. Like, some people call it boring or tedious, and people hand off the work to other people, but I like that shit. I think it's fun. It really allows me to get into my bag. Fuck it, you might as well. That's what I'm saying. Like, shit. Like I said, I really hope I can get one of these shits to blow up, because I'm not gonna lie to you, I wasn't expecting this shit to do numbers like it did. Fucking 4.4K, almost 200 likes. That shit is fire. I was not expecting that. But if I can get that shit to blow up, nigga, we gon' Omar music. We gonna get more Omar music. And then all the comments too. I literally read all of these comments, and I responded to most of them.
like I said, I really appreciate all the shit. This nigga made me mad. This one comment made me mad as fuck because that nigga was not making sense. And I tried to reason with him, but that nigga was just, or I tried to get like, you know, I was doing my best to just be like, yo, like I'm entertaining it, and you were just making me type mad. But all these other comments I really do appreciate. Even the comments on the damn community post, I appreciate that. I appreciate this. 6 of you niggas. The 2 niggas that commented, I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody liking this shit up too. And then fucking, I got like maybe like one more short or some shit like that. I got like one more short planned to put out. Oh yeah, this one technically isn't the full short because I had to cut it because YouTube only allows a minute shorts. But this is like the whole short.
Remember how I said we were gonna get back to him? Yeah, so this game kind of has the coolest version of reuse.
And you know, we just saw the video, so it's the same thing.
And if y'all want to learn about
You know what I'm saying? Got a little edit there.
Click the link in my bio or the related video.
And this shit actually, the funny shit is like this shit actually does work. It actually does drive attention to the video. So like I said, I got like one more in the video and shit. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Those are like my thoughts behind the scenes, shit that I wish I could have done. I'm probably gonna upload this onto YouTube. Probably gonna be on my other channel. I still gotta make the other channel. I'll probably do that tomorrow, if not later today. Like I said, I wanted to get this out on Friday, but I couldn't because I was busy. Or like I want to get it out on Friday so that I can upload it like on Sunday and shit, because it's gonna go up on another channel. But hey, it is what it is. I'm happy I got to do it because I'm not gonna lie. At first I was kind of nervous because like I don't know, I never done some shit like that, and it feels weird because once again I'm just yapping. I'm yapping about my own video. Like I don't know why. Like I feel real like weird talking about my shit. And I don't know. It feels like I'm bragging or being like, you know, braggadocious and shit like that. Like I'm not one to big up myself type shit. Like I kind of like my shit to speak for itself type shit. But yeah, I guess sometimes you do got to do it because, like I said, I like being a man in the back. I like being the man in the back. Like I like niggas who'd be like, oh yeah, nah, I fuck with that. I fuck with that work, but like I'm okay with like not getting the recognition. But because it's my YouTube channel, I kind of have to be the one to take recognition for the shit that I do type shit. So I don't know. It's just weird for me. But yeah, that's the video. It's at 40. What is it? 4.4K, almost 200 likes. Once again, I appreciate everybody who watched it, who subscribed, who followed. Damn, that shit is loud every time. Who watched it, who followed, who subscribed, anybody who shared it, anything really, liked the tweet, retweeted the tweet, liked the community post, basically did anything. Hopefully, now I'm saying we can make more of these Johns. I want to try. Like I said, I really think I can do it. I think I can get that video out by September, and I think I can get one more video out before the end of the year, or at least I want to try to, right? Because at least in 2025, my goal is, now that I have a formula of what I want to do, I have a formula and I know the process I need to do to get that formula, or to get to the end result. I want to try and kick it up to high gear, right? Like I want to like actually like try and like lock in and do what I need to do to get this shit done. And like I said, at the end of the day, I'm like I said, I want this. I want this shit to pop. I need this. I want this. Cause I'm not gonna lie to you, I've been wanting to do YouTube videos for like a long time, and now that I actually have like a thing that I want to do it with, where it's just like, yeah, nah, I just want to talk about video games.
I just want to talk about video games. What makes video games cool? What makes video games I like cool? What makes video games I don't like not cool? Just shit like that. That's basically just what I just want to talk about video games. Because like at first I thought, you know, maybe I could do this fighting game shit, but I'm like, nah, I don't think I want, like my thing is like I just don't want to be boxed into one thing. Like I just want to be able to talk about what I want to talk about and what I like type shit. And hopefully the people will fuck with me. I mean, I would assume that people are fucking with me just based off of this video, but you never know.